All right, what happens when you got two guys that take sports way too seriously? This is Cleats Spreadsheets. I am Brady Keiss,
Sutton Sabinash.
and we have our first guest of the podcast here in week 14.
Woo!
Introduce yourself here, Sam.
I was waiting for this. I was hoping I was going to get some grand intro from you guys. Like I haven't known both you guys for like a combined 30 plus
He
years.
has to introduce himself.
I have to introduce
Brother,
myself. How come I
brother
get
and best
it? You
friend, and
guys,
he's got to intro
brother and best
himself.
friend, and you guys can't even give me an intro.
I mean, do you want an intro? The people that are going to be watching
Yeah,
this have no idea who that.
that's what an intro is,
That's the
dude.
point of an
That's the
intro,
point.
Brady. It's
That's
the
the
intro.
point. Yeah, give me.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
I just
okay.
want to see what you guys can come up with.
All right, so
Off the
coming
rip.
to the podcast here with Cleats and Spreadsheets is my longtime best friend. This guy's longtime brother. He is not a cleat.
Lifetime, brother.
He is not a spreadsheet. He is Sam Sabinash. He is he's the guy.
He's
a
the
champion.
photographer.
He's a champion.
He's a
all right?
league
That's what I can
champion
say. He's
three
a
or
league
four
champion.
times.
Exactly. He's a league champion, and he's here to give the ball knowledge that we don't know. Supposedly, there's gonna be some hot takes from
Oh.
Sam. Exactly. Here. I'm pumping his brain a little bit. All right. Here we go.
Getting his ego going.
Sam is in here, and he's gonna give us the knowledge that we've heard it in the group chat that we don't know. We've got some takes he disagrees with. Let's hear what he's
Today
got.
we're gonna hear.
Excited to
So
have you on the
today,
podcast.
it's
Sam.
what do you get when you mix three guys?
Exactly. We're at 3.
It's a pretty good threesome, boys.
As friends.
Best friends. Here we go. Let's do this thing.
All right. So
That
So
was it.
today-
Something's got
Stories of
nothing.
the
All
week.
right.
I mean,
Today
I
we are
think
going
Brady
to
did a
go
good job.
through.
That's it.
Thank you. See, I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
today we're going to go through a few different things. If you guys have been following along, the last 3 episodes we have ranked and tiered our fantasy football league, and now we're going to go through this year's rookie player draft. We will be drafting at different positions, so none of us will be getting our own picks.
What?
I'm pretty sure
Someone might
We'll
have
see.
it, but
someone might have.
We'll
one.
see.
yeah. Also, I think it's important to note that we're doing this. I think most dynasty leagues do their drafts like right around the NFL draft or close to like the time that it happens. This is
Do they really?
extremely late
Is it for a rookie draft?
Yes. I
Really?
think the standard is close to the NFL draft, not like a week before the season kicks off.
Well, I'll tell you what. We
definitely
create our
find
own
out
standards.
it's just different, yeah. And also we're 10 team league,
10-team
So-
league.
10 teams.
so
Exactly. Half
a little
PPR.
bit different here.
So you're going to
9-team
get
league.
some good insight as of right now. But yeah, so we're going to go through pre-recording.
210.
We were given out where we will be drafting, so everybody knows where you'll be drafting, what picks, 4 different teams, each pick. Could be draft for yourself. We'll see what happens. But besides that, let's get into some big things that happened this week.
Sports stories of the week.
First off, Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs both signed. What is it? Back-to-back days. Pretty
Did
big.
Bijan
for-
sign? I saw Gibbs did. I didn't see
Yeah,
Bijan.
Bijan signed to 3
Bijan
years.
signed first. It's always
yeah.
you always see like those two guys. You knew whoever was going to sign first, the next person was going to get a little bit more.
100%.
I
Yeah.
think it was it $500,000 more?
I think it was.
half
I
a
think it was
million?
one.
half
Are
a
you
million more?
kidding
One was
me?
like,
Yeah, it was insane.
one was
Yeah.
75 million for 3 years. The other was like 75.5 million for 3 years.
Also, Jonathan Taylor, I think, got an extension as
he
well.
did
did.
get an extension
He
as
did, he
well.
did.
Yeah. So a lot of big running backs getting some extensions this
Oh,
week.
also, I don't think you guys mentioned it last time. Olave signed a huge extension for a guy that you guys
Studs.
brought up a few times on the last pod for
I
his
love Olave.
injury
much,
history.
Much deserved, but risky with the injury
Which we'll
history.
get
I
into that
haven't
with
seen, yeah.
the draft with Jordan Tyson. So we'll talk Saints a little bit today. Sure.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We got Teddy Bridgewater, not like huge, but like officially retiring from the NFL. Kind of a odd time to do it. Just few weeks into camp, decided he was done and over with.
Yeah. Right.
Quentin Williams, Cowboys, 3 years, $100
yeah.
million plus extension. I know we don't talk much about defense in here, but that's obviously it's kind of funny and noteworthy. A year after they don't re-sign Micah Parsons and don't want to pay him, they give out a record
yeah.
extension to a DT.
Totally.
Micah Parsons, they said that most optimistically will be back week 6, which coincidentally is against the Cowboys. But he said that's the earliest that he would be back. So
I like it. I think
couple of
another
sports
big
updates
thing
there.
that we can kind of talk about here a little bit is the first game Did you guys watch that first game, Cardinals versus Panthers? What an incredible way to kick it off. Carson Beck, man,
I
put it on
heard
the
it was a
radar.
great game. I didn't
Put
watch
it on
it.
the radar.
I didn't watch it. I was watching
That's
Josuar. I was watching Josuar rock.
Oh, Sam, what do
I
you
don't
got?
know. I don't know what I was doing, but this is if you have Carson Beck in Dynasty, trade him, get him gone, get him out of there,
Man,
Is this that sell
get
at the
him
high
out of
point?
there. Yeah,
What about
yeah.
sports cards, Sam? If you have a Carson Beck sports
Ooh, this
card,
is
are
good.
you unloading
Oh,
it
I
or
also
are
have a
you
question for
keeping
you
it
guys.
right
I have
now?
questions for you guys. I think you hold because at some point this year he's going to get a start. Like the Cardinals are going to have a horrible record. Jacoby signed a 1 year deal.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they're going to want to see what the rookie has to close the year. So I
So
think
then
he'll get a
here's
start this year. So I think I'd actually wait to sell that. But also his value could go up in Dynasty too. But
That's
that's
what I
what I
was
was
going to
just going to
ask. So
say.
do you
yeah,
differentiate selling a card from selling a player in fantasy football? I don't. I think it's one of the
Yeah,
same. If you would sell a player because you think they're at their peak in fantasy football, I would sell a player's sports
100%.
cards because you
I
think that
agree
they're
with
at
you.
their peak in value as well.
I agree. That's what I was
Ugh.
going to come with. I was
Yeah.
like, why would you sell him in Dynasty football right now if you're not going to sell his cards? What do you think on that? Any reason, Sam?
I mean,
Yeah.
because this is the preseason, I just don't think, as far as for fantasy purposes, maybe if people care a little bit more in the regular season
When he's about to score or when he's about to start.
when it actually like matters.
Eh,
Like I think
Okay.
for NFL purposes, it's the like for cards, it's more overall. Not.
I actually can see that.
I think it's different. I think it's different.
His name, you could argue that Carson Beck's likeness and
Dynasty gone.
hype.
It's the first game of the year. Like no one cares about the preseason, but everyone's tuned into this.
So wouldn't you say it's kind of flipped though? Like cards, you would want to because hey, his name's everywhere right now. He was the first guy. Like look at Carson Beck. He's going to be the future. Cards, his cards probably went up a good bit.
A
Where
ton.
people
Sure,
in fantasy
sure.
are going to be like, it was preseason. Like
I
I
think
I
the preseason is just the NFL matters about like regular season, right? I mean, I'm
totally.
not a card guy.
fantasy is going to
So
be
I just know
more.
sports.
Yeah.
I don't know sports. I don't know the card market as much as you two do. I know of cards because of you two, like
Yeah.
a little bit. But I know when it comes to quarterbacks in the NFL, you gotta win. And it's when it matters in the regular season. So I feel like a start
I
in the
actually
regular
think that's a
season is more
fair.
important.
I think that's a fair assessment. Cards are whenever the player's name is going to be the flashiest, and during the season, even if a player is about to start, there's still a lot of other things going on. A lot of other guys having big games, so on and so forth. Carson Beck has the immediate spotlight right now. I can see there being a differential there.
And he will start. There's no way the Cardinals are gonna be like, oh, like 2-14.
I almost wore
He's
my
gonna
Cards
start a
jersey
game.
today.
He's gonna start a game this
Let's
year.
calm down. Let's calm down. All right.
There you go.
They're not
Okay,
favored to
so
win one game.
here's the next one. Now Sutton, you just mentioned Josuar Gonzalez. Josuar Gonzalez. Tell us a
He's
little
got him.
update on Josuar Gonzalez because man, we've gotten a lot of text messages about this guy and I love it.
I am blowing up the group chats with all the Josuar Gonzalez updates. Actually, what was really funny is we had a post about Josuar in the last episode, and a commenter posted his Josuar auto, and
Yes.
I've been keeping him posted how he's playing, and he's like, man, like let's just keep it going, like getting some hype. So shout out to, I think his name was like Nemo or something like that. Pretty badass. But yeah, since his promotion, or in the last week, he had 409, 4 extra base hits, 2 home runs, or 5 extra base hits because he had 2 home runs, a triple and a double. And yeah, I mean, hitting 409, guy's a stud both defensively, offensively. He's quick, fastest player in the minors right now. Won't be 19 until October. Crazy enough. I mean, I genuinely believe that this man is going to be. I mean, I want to say once. I know it's Jesus, but Jesus Made gets called up. I mean, I really see once, Brady, you mentioned earlier, players start to get called up the back half of this season, which means they're no longer eligible for prospects. So year end, you get some updated prospect list. I genuinely can see Josuar. I mean, I think he's already locked in the top 5. I would love to see top 2, honestly. I mean, the hype is there. You've already got people calling for him to be promoted to Double A already. I mean, the game just looks slow for him. And as an 18-year-old, youngest person put up any of these stats in low A right now. I mean, you really can't
Mhm.
ask for much more.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that sending text back and forth that is really cool about him is like if he's able to do this after just getting a promotion so easily, making these numbers, the big time games back to back to back, whatever it is, as it's getting closer to the season, other guys are going to get pulled up. So those lower level promotions are going to happen for some guys that they're expecting. Hey, let's get some end of the year buzz around this guy. Let him get his foot in the door in Double A. Let's see what he's got. Or then next year, hey, he might not start there, but at least he knows, or you can see a little snippet of what he's
Yeah,
going to do at that level.
100%. And I have an interesting card question for you now.
Mhm.
So I read a couple days ago now that the MLB lockout does not impact minor league baseball.
Well, that changes a
They
shit
have
ton
their
from
own.
what you said last week.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. Full disclosure.
Shit ton.
They'll still
For
play. They
sure.
have a totally different players association, totally different contract agreements, so on and so forth. Does that change holding on to like a top prospect for next season if there is indeed an MLB lockout? As if you want to follow baseball next year, the minors will be the only thing that you can arguably follow. And my current opinion is, does that help card prices for minor league players if they're the only ones actively playing, having the ebbs and flows, having the hype? I think that's a pretty interesting difference if there is an MLB lockout. Minor league baseball continues to play. I think you could see a lot of spikes in minor league players as the attention will gravitate to them.
So here's like, are you sure that they're going to play? If the if there's an MLB lockout, you're sure that the minor leagues are going to play?
I'm like 99% sure. I can look it up right now again. Minor league baseballs generally continue to play even if there's a MLB work stoppage, lockout, or shutdown. Players not on a 40-man major league roster are unaffected by the MLB lockout and will continue playing their seasons unless they're on an exemption. Minor league team revenue schedules, games run independently under professional development league agreements and contracts. They are not impacted by any MLB player association or owner lockout.
That's interesting. I wonder what the last time that it affected MLB games, if the minor league did end up playing, because as much as they're not with each other, they
Look,
they're with each
I
other.
was surprised, but it's written pretty definitively. So I'm simply running off of the way, once
Yeah,
again, contractually it's written.
yeah.
So
That's interesting. I mean, I have no idea. If going back to the card question, I'll answer the question. If they are playing and they are the only games going on, I definitely believe that yes, the more people will be watching those games because people are going to want to see something.
yeah,
It will it be huge? Maybe not. I don't know. Just because I'm sure there will be just not that many people really moving over to the minor
but
leagues
from like
because they
card
know it's going to
collectors and
happen.
investors, I mean, people that are consistently looking to flip, buy products. I mean, we don't even know how that would impact card releases and stuff. It might only
Yeah,
be,
that's interesting. That'd be interesting to see if that
yeah,
happens next year. What will happen? Because I don't think that's ever happened. Like what happened with football when football was in lockout. What happened with some of these other sports when they got to the lockout? Is there still those cards? Is it like that's interesting? I'd have to do some more research on
ditto.
that.
I mean, 100%. I'm just speaking in the theory of I read it because remember we talked last week and said like, man, should I be nervous about the fact that I'm heavily invested in a young player if there is an MLB lockout,
Yeah,
so on and so forth. But genuinely, like I actually would flip that to be if they're the only people that are playing, I would almost welcome a lockout. I think that'll fare much better for their cards. I mean, think about the minor league hype of a guy that's balling in double triple A, but he can't get moved up. You could literally argue like, well, this guy's going to be amazing at the next level, and you have more time for the hype to grow before he's even called up too. I don't know. I think it's an interesting. I think it's an interesting thing to watch for.
yeah. I was fully under the impression that if there's a lockout, all baseball would
I
be
thought that
stopped.
too, but
Just with and it's interesting hearing that they're separate because it's like the MLB Players Association helped get the minor leaguers way more like their salary up.
100%. Yeah.
That's why it's kind of surprising to hear that. So we'll see.
Do you guys think, because you guys do cards, do you guys think that you'll get like the people are in it not for like, okay, so you talk about like there's a new wave of people that are into cards that are just in it for the hype
A bunch of fucking
and
losers,
stuff.
man.
But do you think, are those people tapped into these younger guys? Or are they more
Oh,
focused on the stars?
100%.
Oh, well, then that sucks. Well, maybe
They're
not.
focused
I don't
on
know.
whatever
Actually,
can
that's
make
fine.
them money.
Got
They're
it.
focused on
Yes.
whatever
Because
can
I
make
was
them
just trying
money.
to
It's
say, like,
money hungry.
people that are in it for like maybe more tenured collectors,
No, I
maybe
mean,
they're not going to be. It's not going to
no
change
tenured
their,
collector is going to change their buying habit from
because they
this.
understand like the MLB is going to come back. It won't be gone that long, and like overall long term, it's going to
Yeah.
be, not
Yeah.
much. Long term, I don't think it's going to affect it too much.
I don't.
If you
and
look at
so
this in like 20 years, if there's a year lockout, I don't think it's going to be that drastic
Sutton just
down
said
the road.
yes. I kind of disagree with you here.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
In like
You
20 years? In
Yeah,
20
if
years,
you go
this will
back to what was it, the
matter?
93, 94 lockout? I mean, you literally had players that would have had MVPs at midseason. You had players on historic runs that never got to finish those seasons that kind of like peaked that year, never got to really have that. If you miss a whole like, I mean, a guy like Judge, you're sitting
What
400
what
watt home runs. If you
what
miss a
happened with the
complete,
the bubble? What happened with the bubble? Because there were guys that went nuts in the bubble that never were good, right? For basketball.
oh yeah, but
Wasn't
they're
there
actively playing.
But
I'm
they
saying
still
so that's,
played.
but they still played. Yes. I think you could get bubble like prices for minor league players because that's like they have so much more attention on them. But like what I'm saying is like if you miss an MLB season, that's actually like insane for career stats. I mean, you have players like Judge that are on
ah
trajectories for
okay.
500. If
Yeah,
you
no, for
miss a
sure.
year of his
Yeah.
prime, and I mean, he's already been hurt this year, he's easily off the path to 500. Guys like Bryce Harper,
Yeah.
on like
Mm.
if you miss a season of your prime, like it severely impacts your, overall career stats. Plus, then you got to get back into game flow a year from now. I mean, Brady can speak more
Totally.
obviously to the
But
playing of
but
it, but
wouldn't that be less effective then for these guys that are in the minors if you're looking at like because
oh
they're
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
in the
yeah.
professional, they're not getting
You were
their stats
specifically
for that.
saying like it doesn't matter for the players, like the tenured players, and I would argue that it would because people
No,
are
I'm saying the tenured collectors who are like, well, they understand. Yeah, I guess they would be like, this matters long term. Like Judge isn't going to
yeah,
be valued as much in as the at the end of his career if he misses a whole season because it matters a ton
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
for
But here's
yeah.
the thing. So Sutton, I disagree with you in this, that something that was now before this conversation was that there would be more that guys are or would be tapped into the minor leaguers, like the flippers, right? The new people in that. I don't know if that's the case because of how little like prospect cards are out there. Like it's really just Bowman. There's not
Yeah.
many. I don't think that there's many people. They're looking for those big, like you're looking at Topps Chrome. You're looking at the tops. That's just people. I think Topps Chrome and like normal Topps update series. That stuff is bigger than Bowman Chrome, like
A player's
Bowman
But
biggest
draft.
card is their Bowman
I'm saying
Chrome.
Bowman
wouldn't it
draft.
be
Like
worse if
that's what I'm
there's only
saying.
one?
I
Everyone would want the one, and people that have money that don't really give a shit would
I
just
don't
go
think
get the
so.
one
Like
then.
see, so what you're saying is they're going after the top people. So that's like, yes, I say 100% they're going to go after the one of one, the one or like the one first pick, right? Now, when was Gonzalez? He was a international
International
sign,
signing.
right? So those cards are coming out of the Bowman Chrome boxes. So like he's not in Bowman draft. So I don't think that I think it's too small for like the people that are going to be flipping stuff to get into it. I think they would still go to the bigger, broader ones that are like, hey, I can go do football where there's just like more hits.
So you
And
think
because
if there's an MLB lockout, the card flippers would just leave baseball altogether if there's not the hype to buy and sell and flip players.
yes,
They would
yeah,
go on to football, they'd go on to basketball, and they
I
would
think
not
that
focus on the minor leagues.
I think more people would flip to a different sport than focus on the minor leagues that they because I'm looking at it as like someone that's a flipper might not be as tapped into sports as they are like headlines, things like that on TV that they can see. You're not seeing minor league headlines. You're not seeing minor league stuff. And you're honestly, next year, MLB with ESPN and things like that, they're not on it. You're not going to see those baseball headlines with the minor leaguers that you're seeing with the MLB. And so you just won't see that next year. And I think people will adjust to the different sports rather than going for the minor leaguers. They're going to have to do a lot more homework on the minor leaguers than someone that's just, we talked about it with the screenshots. Hey, they want to get their money and get out. They don't want to do the homework on the minor leaguer that's going to be there. Now, there will be those people that, yes, they've loved the investing in the minor leaguer that wants to do it. Hey, I think this guy's going to be good. Did this in college. He's here. But I don't think that the quick flippers are going to stick around for the prospects of baseball. If the lockout happens, is what I'm saying.
Interesting. I can see it both ways. I can see it both ways, man. Like, I mean, it's not even a hot take, but like a grifter is gonna flip shit if they can make a money. Like straight up. If you told them, I mean, these people have never picked up a Pokemon card in their life. These people have never
Totally,
like
100%.
watched a sport in their life, and they find out they can make $1. These people would be flipping hairpins if there was a market for them.
Yeah, no.
So
Totally.
you tell me that there's money to be made in the minors, and I think that market is a lot more easy to manipulate. Honestly, you get a guys because you mentioned it is more limited. Sam brought it up too. There's only one product. You can manipulate the shit out of a Bowman Chrome print run. Like right now, I mean, how many like Shohei Otanis can you go and buy? Tens of thousands. How many
Unbelievable.
Josuars can you go and buy? You can control the shit out of a minor leaguer's market.
100%. It's just
And
more risk.
once Griff, yeah, but I don't know how much risk is arguably there if you're choosing a top prospect who's got eyes on him every day. Like if you would have bought Jesus
See,
Made before the season, if you would have bought, I
but
mean, like any
that's the
like
thing is like what's the price point on those guys compared to where they're at now, compared to the increase that you've had in your Gonzalez, because you saw a guy that wasn't a top prospect and now has made his way into the top prospect and now is going to be could be a top 5 prospect. Like that's what I'm saying is these people aren't going to be able to just go and see a guy in the minor leagues and just be like, man,
but they're not going to
that's
do
the
the
guy.
research. People are telling you who to buy right now in cards in general. Like these people aren't fans of Shohei Ohtani. These people don't actually know what like stats he's putting up and shit. These people haven't watched LeBron since 2003. They're being told what to buy. This is the card that's going to go up. This is the GOAT. These are the minor. This it's going to be no different. People are going to put out prospect lists and say these are the 10 best buys, and those guys are just going to do. They have their Discord groups. They have their breaker groups. Like those people say who the big hits are.
No,
You're going
I
to get
totally agree with
backyard.
that.
You're looking at
Totally agree with
backyard
that.
like backyard breakers could fucking scream that, oh my God, it's a Jane Doe. We hit Jane Doe. And all the people could be like, that's sick, bro. Like they don't know who the fuck that is.
I
You
don't. I
just need a
think we're
grifter to
missing
get
what
hyped.
we're saying. I think we're missing what we're saying. I'm saying like, exactly like the top guys, 100%. Anybody can say it like that. I'm
Yeah.
saying what you did with Gonzalez.
I'm not saying that they're going to go do what I did with Josuar, but I'm saying I think the grifters are going to move to the minor leagues if that's where the money is. And there is money that's going to be in any of those prospects. Prospecting is actually the oldest thing of baseball. Buying a Bowman Chrome first, following that guy through the minors, that's literally the origin of buying and flipping baseball cards over the last 25 years. That's like the foundation.
Also, are we just talking about if there's a lockout? Like people are going to be watching this.
Again, I
That's
totally.
all that's going to be.
I don't think
When
they'll
there's
be
the lull
watching
between the
baseball.
professional sports,
I don't
it's
think they'll be
only gonna, if
watching the minor
that's
leagues.
it, they don't have to watch. They're
I don't
just
think they're
gonna,
going to watch. They're going to follow
yeah.
who's hot and whose cards are going up. It's just going to be a stock market for them.
I mean, I don't know who
I'm saying
Josuar
I
was like a
agree with
month
you
and a
in
half
that.
ago, but I see Sutton's text and
I
stuff. Now I'm
totally
like,
agree
hey,
with you
he's
in that.
probably a
I'm
guy that's
saying
decent.
the
I've never
top
seen him
10,
play.
the top 10 guys, 100%, those prices are going to go through the roof. But those guys that are down there, I think are going to stay exactly where they are, if
I
not be even
think,
cheaper.
and see, I disagree because I think they're going to wind up on all those grifters lists. Like, this is the next big guy. He's going to be a top 10 prospect. Buy it for $20 today. And it literally, when he gets called up to double A, it's going to be worth $80. Like, they're just going to grift that no different than they do any of these other guys.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see. But
I guess
yeah.
we'll see.
Cool. The best thing about this is I brought this up with Brady the other day. When you guys have some sort of thing that you're disagreeing on, there has to be some sort of like wager, a little fun, little bet, or something that has to happen.
I mean, we do have like a bit of. I mean, we've had
Yeah.
Do
some
you guys
stuff.
have like a little like
I mean,
you write it
we've
down?
talked about
You
it,
write
but
down what you say,
we
or do
need
you
to
have
get
to?
like a scoreboard coming in the middle
Yeah,
of the
Yeah.
screen or something. But or like we'll get to a point where we have a ticker at the bottom, where it's
yeah.
like,
Who's been
hey,
right? Who's
here's
like
the here's
takes
the
there?
future bets by Brady and Sutton here. So
Yeah.
at some point that we'll get there.
I love
But how
that.
about it? You guys want to hop into this draft, or what? You got anything more
Um, I mean,
for
we're
you?
coming off a pretty tumultuous 24 hours for our channel. Um, just in terms of the
Oh yeah, here we go.
commenting and all of that going on.
I love seeing the jersey thing because it's so funny.
It's okay.
It's fun. It's funny to a point until it's
It
just
was funny to me. Like if
people
you
will
go
just
back
be
and
like, he's wearing a cowboy. Like the nothing's about the cowboy.
of course he's a
If
cowgirl.
people
He's talking
like,
bad about the Packers.
yeah,
Like
it's funny. I think
it's the
it's
most
hilarious
low
because
IQ.
I understand it. There's no like nothing actually like brought up that's a valid point. It's just funny as hell. As an
I
outsider, I don't have to reply. I just look at it and laugh.
here's yeah, I mean here's like and I'm not gonna go too in depth. I think I'll have my moment to really I've said a
Mhm.
lot, so I'm not gonna like go off on a tangent here in this episode. I'll keep it lighthearted, but I think that I'm my biggest like eye opener from doing this podcast is how little intellectual ability sports followers and investors have when there is money or pride involved. Straight up. The second that somebody becomes a fan of a team, a fan of a player, or they invest money into a player's cards or into their bet, any sort of standard conversation where you can have two sides and an opinion goes out the window. I've been utterly shocked at the inability of people to hear what I am saying and think of it from a holistic picture and not just feel attacked and feel like they have to try to knock me down,
Yeah.
which also to me shows just a lack of intellectual capability that you ripped on my team. So I'm coming after you. You ripped on a player that I like. You're poor. You suck. Like your podcast sucks. Like, do you know how insane that really is? That you are that wrapped up in something that doesn't involve you. Like the team doesn't know you exist. This player doesn't know you exist. But you're defending them and feel so offended when something's said about them, even just impartial to the negative, that you feel the need to try to tear down the human who has an opinion on some other human. Like that shows such a lack of just human. I mean, I want to use words that we can't use in 2026, but you lack basic human mental function to not be able to hear something that you don't like and not respond with a personal attack. Like,
It's like a classic
come
little
on.
like elementary school thing. Like someone reps on you, you're like, well, you're freaking stupid.
Yeah,
It's
like
just like it's
you
nothing
don't
to
like
do with
my
it. It's
favorite
just
player? Well, you're an idiot. Your podcast sucks. This is why you guys only have 100 followers. Like, you have a fake background. You must be poor. Like, bro, I literally just said that I didn't like fucking Jaden Reed this season. Like, of course you're a Cowgirls fan. You guys aren't going to win 12 games. Who's you? Like, I'm not the Cowboys. Even if I am a Cowboys fan, I'm not part of the team. You think you're part of the Packers? Like, do you like feel
Well,
good and egotist? Shut the fuck up about the Packers having fan ownership.
you
Do
could have
you
named any
feel?
other team,
Yeah,
dude.
I know. Like, do you feel a rise like an ego rise when your team wins? Like, you realize how lame that
Yeah,
has to
dude. You
be?
know how much better work is on Monday?
But that's okay. That's totally different. Like, if you're like excited, like when the Brewers win, I inevitably have a better day. Like, that's sick. Like, I love when the Brewers win. But when the Brewers win, I'm not going up to like Cubs fans and being like, see, fuck you, you suck. I'm like, I did nothing to do with that. I'm glad the Brewers won, but like that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like you have
Yeah.
ego in another man, in another grown man's performance that it impacts you to want to rip on me. Like, get your own life. Like you're a pathetic human being.
See, so okay, so I hear everything, right? I see the comments, I see a lot of it, right? And I would say there's there is so much back and forth. And I like we've talked about it. There's so many people that are seeing these clips that aren't listening to what's being said, except for, hey, why are they listening to the first 2 seconds? And that's why, or first 3 seconds. And that's why a clip does well. It's like, hey, can I hook you?
Yeah,
And if you look at some of the ones that do well, Sutton, the first 3 seconds, there's usually a word in there that will like set people off. And
yeah,
it's
that's
like
fair.
the last one was like, hey,
Broke.
you're broke. You're
People
broke.
hated that.
And it's like so many comments were like, you're pocket watching, you're doing this and you're doing this. It's like, no,
No.
listen to the clip. But you we caught you.
Yeah.
And it's like understanding what's actually being said rather than, hey, this word set me off. And it's like you're not actually saying people are broke for doing this. It's the difference between selling this because they just purchased it in a break and they have to get their money back, which yes, I've seen the comments, like I know where you're gonna, but
Yeah.
just because people are doing it doesn't actually mean they are broke. Like it does not
You
mean that.
can and see it in your understanding that like there's a difference between calling somebody broke and somebody acting broke. Like that is inherently a poor person activity. The second that you have something of value and you immediately need to cash it in, even if it's like, well, I can make a few hundred more bucks. That little, that's a broke attitude. Like that's a poor person activity. And if you incorporate that to any other aspect of life, people are somewhat okay with it, right? Like there are certain things in sports cards that in societal terms are acceptable and not acceptable anywhere else, right? Like like here's just a grotesque example, like a grotesque example, right? Um, we talk about the stickers on autograph cards, right?
Mhm.
If I try to explain to an average Joe on the street, this is a signed sports card, and they go, "Oh, they like held the card, like they signed that card." No, 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 they signed the sticker. You would never say that person does not think, "Oh, that's a signed card." They think they signed the sticker.
Mhm.
Because if I stuck that sticker on a watermelon, you wouldn't be like, that's a signed watermelon.
Yeah.
But sports cards have people so delusional that they attribute that to being a signed sports card. It is not. It's a signed sticker that happened to be placed on a sports card, but it is the norm. So people get up in arms about it.
Mhm.
If in any other aspect of life in business, you sell a product that you don't possess, you literally have like a fraudulent business in a lot of industries. Point blank. If I sell a service that I can't myself do you realize like the business liability that is? Like, like let's just say, I have my accounting company, right? If I
Mhm.
hire, if I go and land a client and I can't service their account, then I'm like, oh shit, well now I got to figure it out. That would literally be grounds for me being sued if I can't uphold that contract. But in
Yeah.
sports cards, people go, well, I can get another $400. Well, I could sell my clients to World
Yeah.
and be like, well, I hope I can deliver later.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I saw. One of the comments was like, as a part of agreement through eBay, is like you actually have to have
It
the
is,
product to be able to sell it. And so clearly,
unless
either
it's a
that's going to have to,
pre-order and you're the wholesaler itself, which you're not because you're a fucking
right.
middleman.
So either, so this might be something that eBay or the selling market needs to, just selling place needs to like hunker down on to make it stop, and then things like this won't happen. Because it's like, yes, I understand where the people are coming from. If it's like, if they can get 1,000 extra bucks here. Like in what they're trying to achieve, it makes sense, but it's not right, like what you're saying. So I'm in the middle of it because it's like I see, hey, if these people are just in it to flip something, they got to get everything they want out of it. Is it right? No, but they're gonna get everything they want out of it.
See,
Is
but
it
in
their
justifying it, my whole thing is in justifying it and saying like, we'll just get that extra $1,000. That's no different than me hopping on a sales call tomorrow and being like, I'll do this, this, and this, and this for you if you advance me whatever kind of money, and then praying I figure it out. And like, well, if I don't,
I
then I'll
understand what
just
you're
send the money
saying with
back. Like that's literally like you would. It's so fundamentally broken to every
yes,
other industry except for that you can't
that's
give
what
it
I'm
the
saying.
out.
Is if they say it's wrong, people are out there are gonna try and justify what they're doing. But if the place that's saying it's wrong isn't gonna tell them to stop, well,
No, for sure.
people
But
are gonna
and
continue to
that's
do it.
all. Yeah. And even like accounting isn't the best example of that, right? Because like, well, I can hire somebody and figure it out tomorrow. But like the big thing for me, like honestly, a better example of that is like buying a car. You don't see the car and you already sell it to somebody. You don't know like,
Yeah.
is there damages you didn't see in the picture? Is there like blah blah blah?
Mhm.
Like you're selling something that you can't stand by. You've never held it. You
Right.
don't know what it is. And then being like, well, I'll just give them their money back if it doesn't work out. Like
Right. And that
that's
was
just a
what some of the other comments
fundamental.
that has happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's happened to everybody that's partaken in it.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is just to circle this back. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's like it's not that I don't not understand, right?
Yeah.
Like, of course, like, okay, you're going after money. Like it's not everyone's like, well, it's for the extra money, dumbass. No shit. I
Yeah.
get why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's not that I fundamentally don't understand. It's that I
Yeah.
disagree.
Right.
And I think like for me, just to circle back to like the broke comment, right?
Hmm.
It is inherently broke people activity to cut corners to make a few extra hundred or $1,000. And that's what I meant by the broke comment. It's not
Hmm.
that everyone
Yeah.
does that, is literally broke.
Right. Exactly.
It's that you're morally broke. And it's that you are like, you're morally financially broke. Like you put a dollar
Hmm.
over ethical business.
Hmm.
And that's what I think I mean, we did great on the clip, right? Like fundamentally the clip was great because it drew people in. But I'm just going to go there and say, if you were negatively impacted by that clip and you just watch the first 3 seconds, it goes back with everything that I just said.
Hmm. Totally.
You're intellectually challenged. You have no capability of hearing what is actually the legal argument because all you see are dollar signs and this works for me,
Yep.
which makes you a selfish, broke fuck.
All right, let's move on. All right,
He's
Sam.
got a point.
All right, Sam. I want to hear you because
Yeah.
we've now done 3 podcasts for 3 weeks of us giving the tiers rankings of each team grade. I don't want you to give a letter grade of each team, but I do want you to rank 1 through 10 what you think the fantasy football rankings are for our fantasy football.
All right, I have to go to these team. Give me a sec.
It's all good. Well,
No, I have a few things I want to say in the middle while I'm looking here.
hell yeah.
No, we'll get into before we get into the draft. I have one question I have to ask the group here.
Hit us.
Cool. I think teams. I'm obviously first. I mean, that's go. Well, people don't know, but my teams. Well,
People
maybe they
know.
do.
Trust me.
People know. Okay,
We've
so
not minced words.
It's kind of like a tier thing where, like, imagine if McBride as tight ends, McBride and Bowers were combined into one player. That's my team, and then it goes to the rest of the league. Huge gap between me and who's ever next is all I'm
That's
trying
fair.
to say. Who else? You can't do me this. We have the 9-team league. Oh fuck, man, you can't do it.
We've done it.
Yeah, we literally did it.
No, yeah, but no, you haven't done it yet. I think Brady or Team 10 are going to be close. I'm only worried about Brady
You say
with
Brady and Team
Jackson
10 are going
Dart
to be close? The worst
In
team?
team 10.
Oh, and Team 10. Got it. Yeah, the
are
freeze
going to
team.
be close. I'm just a little worried about Jackson Dart. Okay, I'm going to go too in depth here. It doesn't matter. Well, let's just do it. Me, Brady, Team 10, Sutton. I'm probably missing one. Streak. That's really it. I mean, Parker's team's looking pretty sharp. I think you guys kind of talked about his team last, but I don't think he should have gone
No,
last. Or was Bigoy last?
Bigoy was last, but we own that Parker shouldn't have been in that last group.
Yeah. I mean, then you just kind of got the rest, dude. You got
No,
you got
exactly. But
it's actually kind
I
of
want
like
you to put them 1 through 10.
You got to go 1 through 10. Come on, hit us.
1
Go.
through 10.
Boom, boom, boom.
all right.
Spit it.
Me, Brady, Team 10, Suddy, Streak, Parker. Oh, this is where it gets close.
This is where it
I
gets
think Bryant's next. Baby, too many gaps in his receivers are just the weakest in the league, I think.
Yeah.
And then you get Swags and Little Weenies, Bigoy.
All right.
All right.
Understandable. I don't
He
think
has some really good upside plays, though. I like some of the guys Higgs has. Lawrence, Hampton, and Ladd, I think, are some guys you would like to have on your teams. Bigoy,
Yeah.
I don't know who he has that you'd even want.
Totally.
So, like, he's the way I am tiered at the top, Bigoy's at the bottom.
Yeah,
He's like a whole nother level of not great.
Yeah, when we were floating the idea of a redraft, I've never seen a text coming quicker to say, "Hey, I know my team's
Brady got a
shitty and
reply.
maybe it doesn't matter, but hey,
I mean, I didn't.
No.
Even when I sent in the message, I didn't get a reply.
But it was funny how quick Bigoy like owned it and was like, "Listen, I know I'm probably biased, but I would welcome a redraft."
Yeah, which I mean, as
I
he
think
should.
that
I mean,
will-
As he
it's
should.
not
No. I'm
Yeah.
saying it was a good thing. It was awesome. I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
totally.
bet.
Yeah, I think we'll get into obviously some sort of something with our league. We're gonna do something here probably in the next year or so. Maybe some keepers, then a
We'll figure it out.
redraft
Yep.
or something. But we're gonna get into some stuff. The one thing I wanted to bring up before we get into the nitty gritty of what this is kind of centered around is you guys gave me no intro of what I like even do. Like I just like popped up on screen. But I used
Do you
to
want
play
us to
sports.
give your? Oh, I was like, do you want us to give your fucking like? He's
But
Wallah's
you guys didn't even
videographer. What do you
You
think? We
didn't
got a
say
bunch
what
of
I
fans
did.
who watch
You didn't even
this?
say I do camera work. You even said I did camera work. There could have been some cool things I was going to touch on. That was cool.
What would you rather be known as coming onto the podcast? Brady's best friend and my brother, or Voila photographer and Once Upon a Time D3 baseball burnout? Like, what did you want to hear?
No, you guys
did you
gave no
want?
intro to what my job is or anything.
What is your job to do with sports?
No,
It's a sports podcast.
The most tenured, most championships, most wins, most points scored in a 11-year league was in the intro for a Dynasty podcast.
We said you're in the league. We said you were there.
All right. Do you want me to start over, Sam?
No, but one thing I want to bring up at Brady's
Sabinash,
wedding. One thing we brought up at Brady's wedding is he said I couldn't hit him, and we never got this. Remember, Sutton was there. Sutton and I are on the same. We have a wager. I wanted to bring this up today.
That wager to $1,000. That Sam would 100%. I honestly,
Brady's bet.
I would go so far as to say that
wedding.
Sam hits it to the outfield. I'd probably go $2,500.
And this is, mind you, Brady said this when he said only fastballs. He said he couldn't throw off speed.
Only fastballs.
This was his.
Yep.
And he had to
Brady's
try to throw strikes. This is what he said. Brady said.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, I 100% said that.
10 pitches, 10 throws.
10 pitches.
It was 10 pitches, 10 fastballs. No, he wasn't going to touch one even foul.
Not even a foul tip.
Last year,
unbelievable
at that time, 100%. Easy,
Here we
no
go.
doubt in my mind.
Are we about to move goalposts? The goalposts getting moved?
Here's the thing. Since then, a lot of things have happened. I mean, I've had an MRI in my shoulder. I've had different things happen as a pitcher that 100% have decreased what I am. I will not be able to blow 10 fastballs by you. Will you hit a baseball? No. You still will not hit a baseball.
That's the same thing.
That's the only thing that matters.
No.
What's the
I'm
price
not just
then?
fastballs. Not just fastballs. I can throw anything I want. You will not touch a ball.
That's different than what we talked about.
Exactly.
But that's
I'm
the new
also
wager?
a different pitcher than when we talked about. I mean,
He
things
did
change.
give up a 600-foot home run.
Yeah, 100% out of the stadium, gone forever.
Aaron Hernandez.
I told Brady, I'm like, I'm saving that just in case I might have to like play it one day. Just might need it. I tried to put that as my background. They didn't allow video.
I mean, hey, come see me out here. All right.
I
I
think
will.
this.
I'll come
I
out. I
think-
come out in
come see me out
September.
here.
I'm visiting Brady in September.
No, right here. Come see me out here. Come get on this field.
Can we?
Yeah, come on. No,
Can we?
not for me.
I don't know that kind of pull. What the fuck are you talking about?
You'll be right there.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
if you put me in the outfield, I'll catch one that you throw. Put me in the bleachers.
In fact, I can definitely throw it to the outfield.
Oh my!
He
He's
didn't
saying
get
that
it.
he's going to catch you. You're going to go up a home
Yeah.
run. He'll catch the
Yeah.
home run ball.
See,
Here's the
guy,
question.
This is the
Here's
guy
the-
that knows all this stuff about sports.
Here's the question. Here's the
It's an out if
question.
you catch it in the outfield.
Here's the question that I've always like wondered, and I need somebody to let me on an MLB field. I could throw it to the top deck from the fucking field. I've been debating this with people for years. I could throw it to the top deck from first or third base.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
You're saying I'm just looking at Brady's background. It's the angle, dude, makes it look
From
like
where
you can
Brady
do it, but you
is,
can't.
from where Brady is, I'm hitting the Pau Mia sign in
No.
Miller Park.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Dude, you're not even. Dude,
I've
you're
got
not
a
getting
rack
to the
on that.
second level.
Easy.
Sutton.
The second level? Are
Sutton.
you kidding me?
You got to think. You're going to be on the ground, and you think you're hitting the top of Bernie's slide.
Bro, we could play catch with you standing in Bernie's slide. We could have a casual game of
No.
catch.
Sutton's he makes the most outrageous sports claims that we know we'll never be able to test, and all we can do is go back and forth with his nonsense.
Sutton, you can't.
There's
you
nothing
can't
we can
throw-
do to test it.
You can't throw a mini football 25 yards.
Baseball's different.
Oh,
I don't think you could throw a baseball like 60 yards.
Oh, I could throw a baseball 60 yards for sure. Next year's football game. Actually, I'm not coming home.
I think you.
Sam never comes home.
I think you could throw a baseball.
Who's
60
dead? I'm
yards.
never going back to Wisconsin.
I think you could throw a baseball 60 yards.
Same thing to say.
Yes, I could throw a baseball 60 yards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, thank you, Brady. See,
Yeah.
Sam just throws out some crazy shit. I could throw a fucking baseball.
No,
60 yards.
yeah.
I mean that's
You
two
can't.
baselines. A baseline is 30 yards.
Easy.
Yeah, so you're doing two
I don't
baselines.
make outlandish claims. Like, I'm never saying I can go out there and throw 80. I
You-
can't throw.
you
I can't
cannot
go
throw
70,
it to
but
the
I
Yeah,
can
but
top.
if you
from
can't
the-
throw
cannot
80, you
throw it
can't
to the
throw. That's
top.
farther than 80 yards.
You cannot throw it to the top. There's also
could-
gravity working against you.
I would
not.
literally bet you $1,000 that I could throw it.
Oh, this
I'll
is
take
the
it. I'll take it.
dude.
Let's
Oh my
let's
god,
make it
done.
happen. We'll make it happen.
I literally like. Let's do it.
All right,
I
come in.
100%. I will buy you any Peyton Manning you want up to $1,000 if I cannot make it.
All right,
But
come on.
then
So-
what do I get when I make it?
$100 from me.
10 to 1 up.
10 to 1.
So you don't think I can do it, and I'm getting minus
Yeah.
10,000 odds?
Yeah, I mean we're put this in perspective here. I mean, come on.
Fair. Okay, fair. 100%.
Wait, is this if he could throw it to like the? How is he going to get into? He's not getting into Miller.
We'll
No,
figure it
not
out.
Miller, but we're gonna have to get you. Hey, we have 2 games left at Big League Stadium. You're gonna have to fly to either
No, yeah,
Cleveland
we'll figure it out.
or
We'll figure it
Detroit.
out for sure. 100%.
Um,
100% on
No
there.
chance.
We'll be
We're gonna make it
100%.
happen.
There's no chance.
He says 100%. All right,
Done.
let's move on. Because I'm over this of these outlandish takes. I can't wait
It's
to
nuts.
have I can't wait to have a Peyton Manning in my collection. That's like a big Peyton Manning. Wow, that's gonna be sick. All right, so what we're gonna do? I sent you guys the teams, the positions that you are gonna be drafting in. We are gonna go two rounds. We have 10 picks per round. We will draft. I want you guys to tell me who you're drafting, whose team you're drafting for, and where that player.
Oh, we're
comes from.
doing that. Oh shit!
Yep.
I thought we were just
That's a
taking
lot because then I
players.
got to download apps and shit. Fuck.
Okay, well, I told you guys what we were doing here. Get it going. That's why I said I'm taking notes. I got my picks, everything pretty much ready. I have different
There you go.
options, and we are ready to rock and roll. That's why I said,
All right.
Sutton, I have 4 of your picks, so I'm pretty
Bro,
much
why do
drafting
I
for
have
you.
so many draft picks?
I
How
couldn't
did this
tell you.
happen? In a
Couldn't
class
tell you.
that I like don't like
Dude.
that much.
Dude
The
was fully
worst.
against this draft.
Not a great class.
Fully against this draft. We've said it since episode 1, and the dude has 4
literally.
draft picks.
Yeah.
Deception episode.
So
Who's kicking this thing off?
Well, I'm
sent
getting the app downloaded.
Sent the order. I think
You
Sutton
can't even
has one.
text it to the people.
I sent it to you guys.
It's
I
in the
know,
group
but
chat.
like,
I sent you your picks.
It's in the group chat. All right, I've got it
all
up.
right. Well, Sutton, you got one.
Yes, I gave him one because don't you have 1-1? Who has 1-1?
Yeah, me.
Yeah. So
But
This
I
is
don't know
just
who's
do it
picking at
and
each
go.
of these spots, though. I don't know who's picking each. You got to draft.
That's what I
draft-
mean. There's just too many dynamics here.
Yeah, because then we got to draft like per team and stuff. Let's just draft who
I'm
we
not
pick
looking
at
at
1-1.
everyone's roster.
Yeah, let's just look at who we draft at 1-1.
what are we doing a draft for?
We're just doing a rookie mock, dude.
Rookie mock draft.
This is unbelievable. We're doing a dynasty draft for our fantasy league, and we're just gonna go based off of nothing.
We're going based off of rookie dynasties.
The player.
draft.
Well, then we might as well
players,
pick. We might as well pick for ourselves. It don't matter at that point. That's why
What do
we're
you
picking
mean?
for different people. You
All right, well,
guys,
Sutton, just go 1-1. It doesn't matter. You got the pick. Everyone knows who you're going to
unbelievable.
take.
Okay,
This
so we're
is-
gonna go
This
by.
has been talked
Then
about for 2
Brady.
weeks.
Then Brady, go find the draft.
No.
Go find the league draft order and drop it in there.
No, my only thing with this is like we're going to talk about it. I guess it's just going to be like we're not going to have like people's rosters up on the screen. Like we're going to have to talk through everyone's like reasoning for the pick.
That's what I'm ready to rock and roll, boys.
Same, I could do it on the spot, but
I think it behooves the viewer. For us
no,
just
no,
to
no.
do the-
One more thing, Sutton, Brady, send us the draft order.
It's in the.
most-
I'm on my phone. I can't
Oh,
go in and get it.
oh, I was
I'll
going to
go
bring up
fucking
the thing
find it.
about. We'll
It's-
circle back to the thing about.
Just go to the
when
fantasy
Sutton
football
said
group chat. It's like the
with-
third picture.
What was the one when Sutton said that I told him not to draft Quinshon Judkins was the most insane take of all time?
That's fact. 100% fact. No
See, I
lies.
wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm not going to side with anybody here. The
That was
times
funny.
that
I
I've
did
seen-
want to bring that up. That was
what
funny.
I've heard from Sutton, I've heard him say a few times. So
Yeah.
if that's the
Sutton,
case,
you got the 1-1, and it's your team. So hopefully you got some kind of inkling of what you're going to do here.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I
10
gave
days.
you 1-1 because this is. I mean, you know who you're
Yeah.
picking.
Yep. So, in order to acquire, I just dropped the draft order in the group chat. All right. So, kicking off the 2026 Whedon Boys rookie mock draft. Our draft is in a week. A week from today. A week from
Yeah.
today is our rookie draft. This is how we, the three amigos, would envision the draft going if we were drafting in each of these slots. I have the 1-1. I am picking.
Hold on, I'm going to pause you here real quick before we
Oh.
even start because you just
Oh.
did the intro great, right? But we just did 3 weeks in a row going through everybody's team. That's why we're drafting specifically for each team. That for the viewer out there. This is why we're doing it this way. Go
Do
ahead.
you see why it's hard for me to clip shit? I set up like a perfect
Yep.
flipping intro, and then Brady just swoops in with some nonsense.
Yeah,
that I
but
gotta
the
edit out
intro's
later.
not even that. Everyone knows. You could just go to pick 2. It doesn't even matter what
Oh
your
my
roster
God,
looks like.
Jesus fuck. All right, I'm picking Jeremiah Love of the Arizona Cardinals, who I traded Chase Brown, Brees Hall, and Justin Herbert to acquire
Yep.
along with the 1-6.
Totally. I like it.
I'm not gonna lie.
You
to
gave
you.
up the 1-6 as well?
No. I acquired. I got the 1-1 and the 1-6 for Chase Brown, Brees Hall, and Justin Herbert, which, in hindsight, I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Here's where you guys know I've made no secret of it that I am very much in my fantasy football era and have been for the last like 3 or 4 years of really trying to maneuver my roster to be guys that I enjoy watching every week, I really like Chase Brown, and I'm really not happy I don't have him anymore.
Mm.
Rest of the trade's fine. I would have included like Jacobs or something instead. I am bummed to not have Chase Brown. If Brian Lee had told me in the moment this is the only way the deal's getting done, I would have still made it because I go to almost every Cards home game. I'm pumped to have Love, but I miss Chase Brown.
I think you can maybe go back and even trade straight up Jacobs for Chase Brown.
I tried to. Brian Lee is actually on his shit this year. Brian
Really?
said with the looming suspension, I have no
Wow.
interest in it.
Dude, even Chase
Yeah.
Brown is out of the guys that you gave up is the best one. I feel like the Brees Hall and Jacobs would have to be swapped than Chase Brown in that trade. Chase Brown's the best player of
Yeah.
the ones that you gave up
Easily.
by far.
Easily. Yeah.
His usage there, the
Yeah,
team that's I
Yes.
think projected
I
the
mean,
most
yeah,
points in the league.
I
Totally.
glazed him last episode. I
Yeah.
love Chase Brown. I think he's
Nuts.
friendly underrated. Brady, I mean, he was one of our bets. I
Yeah.
actually have a lot of money on Chase Brown. His overs this year. So
Oh, you
Moving
guys gonna
on
go
to
into your
pick
bets
two.
soon? Oh yeah, that's it. Well, I'm drafting at 2 with the B-Boys team, and I think when you're at this high up and you have a roster that's just depleted in most places, you just go the best available player, and I would take Carnell Tate at 2.
I mean, I think
Just
exactly.
Cam
Keep going.
Ward really stepped up the second half of the year. I don't have his stats, but he was a lot better and like playable. I think he was like a 18-5 touchdown or something like that. His ratio was better to close the year, whatever the numbers. I think with the way he closed the year and how he's coming into this year, and you draft a guy 4th overall. Like I think it's really important to follow who gets paid and where people get drafted to how they're going to use players.
100%.
And the 4th pick, a wide receiver. Who's the 2? Calvin Ridley? Do they have someone else? Wandale Robinson? Like
Wandale
Robinson of the Tennessee Titans might get traded to the New York Giants.
Brady's both picks for the season.
None of those guys are close to the talent of a top 5 NFL draft pick. And I just think the upside with a quarterback that's figuring it out and a top tier rookie receiver, that's who you got to snag at too, compared to the other options that are there.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. I mean, looking at him, like he's going to be a top guy, and I'll move on to pick number 3.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything more to say on that guy. Pick number 3 is by Hags. I'm going to go with Jordan Tyson of the New Orleans Saints. Looking at Hags' team, going back to the last video, we said I'm almost positive. I forget what letter grade I gave Swags' wide receiver room, but that is the place that he is looking the weakest at. He has what was it, Ladd McConkey and
Devontae Adams, I think
Devontae
is
Adams.
2. So
And
use
he has
there.
he just has some older guys besides Ladd McConkey that getting a nice young wide receiver with, again, a young quarterback. You never know. Yes, there's Chris Olave there, but I'm going to take Jordan Tyson of the New Orleans Saints.
I offered a haul to Swags for the 3rd pick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the haul? Call us.
I'd have to go back and look at our text, but I want to say it was 1-6, Brian Thomas Jr., Matthew Stafford. I have to look at my team. Forgot who was all in it. Fuck.
For the 3?
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, because there's kind of like a clear cut for me it's Tyson at 3. Like I wouldn't even mix around with anyone else. So you trade those guys for Tyson?
Jordan Tyson.
Pretty much.
Jordan Tyson went to ASU. I went to like 3 ASU games. I've been gone to games last 2 years. I like Jordan Tyson. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
See,
I don't like the land. Yeah.
With where I'm at right now at number 3.
And Tony Pollard. I threw in Tony Pollard too.
I think the first about 6 picks are going to be pretty easy. I think we all know where some of these people are going to go. And I think as we get past those 6, it's where it's going to get a little interesting. So I think you got number 4 there, Sutton.
Yep. 4 is Parker I mean, it changed as of
This
whatever.
is
I mean,
easy
I
for
know.
me for
Yeah,
Parker.
I'm taking Price.
Yeah.
Seattle's running back for sure. I've not shied away, we can say, from my love of Price. I mean, in the first episode, I argued that.
Mhm.
I mean, and I actually still stand by that. I mean, that he has a chance to outscore Love this season. I really believe it just with the spot that he's in. He has no competition. Charbonnet's coming off a torn ACL. Um, Love with the competition in his rookie year of Algier. And I mean, Connor's still there. Connor was still a bell cow 12 months ago. Um, I just think the three-headed monster, I can kind of see Arizona being this season. I really think Price is an outstanding an outstanding pick this year. And I'll go so far as to say that, yeah, you've got to take Tate for sure, I think, at two. I arguably think that Price could go three. Um, just in terms of immediate value for a bad team in Dynasty if that was a missing piece. I just like Price's landing spot. I mean, you're replacing Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP. I think that they're primed to have, I mean, a stud running back, obviously, in that offense. JSN, Sam Darnold. I think Price is an absolute steal at four.
Yeah, I think it just
Thoughts?
comes down to the roster, what your roster looks like. If you need a running back,
100%.
grab Price at 3. If you don't need a running back, I'd grab Tyson.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think with
The
the
only thing that
last move,
scares me with Tyson and why Tate I think is so locked in at the 2, which it wasn't always the case, is just Olave got the deal. You give a guy 4 years, 90 million, like
Yeah.
you're the 2. All these
At
other guys are
best,
the
yeah,
2.
he's going
Tate's
to be
the
Devonta
1.
Smith, AJ Brown.
mm-hmm, totally.
And with Charbonnet, the only thing is Price doesn't catch passes, but
They said
they
that
don't
they've been
have
using him
anybody.
in that.
They don't have anybody else. Who else is going to
And
be out there? You
and in
get your
camp, they
players
said
out
that
there.
they've been in camp. They've been using him and said that he's been doing excellent catching. The thing is, it's not that he can't; it's that he didn't need to. He was
Yeah,
such
with
like
German
a
Love.
secondary back in Notre Dame, and Love was so insane that they
Yeah,
Yeah,
just didn't need to. So it's a big differential of a guy that literally cannot, right? Like is just a belt, like is just a hard nosed runner, and a guy that just hasn't needed to. He's quick, then a returner. I think he's gonna. I love Price. I really do.
yeah. I think. Did you say that you think the Cardinals might use more of a committee approach?
Yeah.
I think that's no chance. You don't take a guy the top 5 pick. What was this? Where did Jeremiah Love get picked?
Third.
What pick?
yeah,
3rd pick, and you're gonna take him off the field? No
yeah.
Yeah.
chance. That's just
Yeah.
stupid.
No, but I mean,
But
everything
so you
about it
just
is
say like
stupid.
you think they're going to do that, and then that just so you think the Cardinals just had one of the worst picks because I think they did. I think it makes no sense.
I mean, I said on draft day that I like, or Brady's nice first episode, that I think the Love pick was terrible. I
Yeah.
think he's an outstanding talent, but to me, I mean, going and signing Algier, you still have James Conner. Those guys aren't just not going to touch the ball. Like they gave Algier decent money. Like they're
See,
going to
I
use
think
him.
Connor's going to be a lot really. I think he's going to be almost irrelevant in that
I'm not saying he's fantasy
backfield.
relevant, but I'm saying, but he's going to take snaps during the year that are going to piss me off as a Love owner.
Hmm.
I don't think that's the case.
You think he's just, what do you think, less than 5 carries a game? 2 carries a game? You think he's just non-existent?
James Conner, the 3
Here. I'm setting it up. How
Yeah,
many how many carries do you think James Conner averages a game in
what
2026?
a random ass fucking thing.
No, I
Um,
think that's very valid based on what I just said.
Yeah,
You just said he's irrelevant. What does that mean to you? How many carries a game do you think James Conner will get in 2026?
I think he gets between 70 to 90
Over the
carries.
course of the season?
Yeah,
All right, so we'll call it 80, which means you think he's getting about 5 carries a game, right?
I don't see that happening. I think it's gonna be more.
do you think it's
I
more
Yeah, he's
I would
been
be
there.
between
Yeah,
I would be between
off that
here's my
injury? And they sign a guy who could have been the 1, and they draft a guy at 3 overall. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think five is actually a fair. I would see him between 5 and 8 carries a game.
I'm
See, I
leaning
could see
more
Algier
more
getting like
towards
8
the
to
8.
12. Algier's going to be the 8. What's Algier getting then? 8? 10?
In the beginning of the
18
season, I
carries?
bet you
How many?
Algier is probably going to get more than Jeremiah Love.
No chance. You
Oh,
guys
I
are
don't see
nuts.
that. I
It,
won't.
You
I,
guys are
won't, I
nuts.
did not go
first
there.
There's
first
not
game,
room for
first game.
3 guys there to get.
I bet you it's like 35% and fill the rest for the other two.
No chance, dude. This team's going to be down so much in the season. James Conner's not going to be out there catching balls when you have Jeremiah Love and
Okay.
Algier.
Okay. So
He's
let's
not
just do
out
this.
there. He's
Let's
not out
just.
there.
But this is my entire role, right? This is my entire role in this podcast. So Sam,
To
you
get,
think that Sam, you think James Conner is going to average 5 a game,
if that, I think that's a high end.
and you just said that Tyler Algier, how many a game?
Probably around 8 to 12, kind of like similar role that he had in.
So 10. That leaves
I
six and a
mean,
half carries based on how many carries they had a game last year in 2025 for Love.
which in that case, if that's the numbers, then then they're getting far less. James Conner's not going to play a snap.
Okay, so then you're changing your thing. But I'm saying like, but either way,
If
even if you think that Algier is going to get 8 a game, that's still, I mean, we're still on, and Connor gets 1 or 2. That's still only 10 carries a game for Love. That's why when I say that I think Price is easily a better running back this year, is for that reason, just volume
so,
alone.
you think he's going to outscore Jeremiah
Yes.
Love this year?
In my fantasy rankings next week, which Brady and I are going to do, I will have Price for this season, not for dynasty rankings.
Oh, for sure.
For
Yeah.
this season, Price will outscore Love.
All right, let's make a bet. Yeah, there
And
it is. There's no chance.
here's my fallback, because even when I'm wrong, I'm right. If he doesn't,
It's because, yeah.
then
whatever.
the Cardinals are the most idiotic team for signing Algier.
No, see, the thing is where I disagree is because they're going to be down. Love's going to catch so many passes. He's so talented. He'll break a few big ones. They're going to be like those crazy plays. There's just going to be he's too talented where he's going to get those. They're going to be down. He's going to like triple his catches, if not more. And a half point PPR, no chance.
See, and I guess like for me and the Price pick being above that, I think that he does take on the workload of also being a receiving back and being the beneficiary of a few catches a game himself. It's not that I don't see Love being good. I mean, I just told you the haul that I traded for him, right? Like I think Love is an exceptional talent. I think the Cardinals are going to find ways to get him involved. I just also think that there's a few other mouths that are going to take away some valuable points that are going to put that a Price isn't going to have to deal with.
Now, I just want to say that
I just feel like it's going to be.
I didn't say game 2. I just said game 1.
Oh my
God. I just said
We're
game 1.
not having a game 1 podcast. We're talking.
I just feel like it's going to be that like annoying thing. Like imagine just the example with Algier being with Bijan last year. It's like he was so good, but it was like you're just annoyed as the owner. So you think that's going to be how it is for Love.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like he's obviously so much better, but it's
the
just
rookie year
annoyingly taking snaps.
And then the rookie year, I see it being even worse because I think they like ease him into it. Like Bijan was annoying already as a solidified, arguably the most talented running back in football. I think the Cardinals take that another level up because they just paid him. He's a new face there, and Love is a rookie. I just think you put all those variables together, and it creates an unfortunate storm. Rookie year for Jeremiah Love.
And is that more with Connor than Algier? Because they're both new to the team, Love and Algier. First year in a different system.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying, but you got the
or
veteran
just in general,
meaning Algier. Like you got the veteran. Like they bringing him in as a free agent signing. I think that like he gets the benefit of that. And like I like hear you on the Connor front. I just still see him getting. I do stand by. He gets about between 4 and 6. So I'll say 5 carries a game, right? And if they're down, I don't see him running a ton, right? So then I'm dependent on Jeremiah Love being a wide receiver. And I still love Michael Wilson. I love Trey McBride. I'm not saying they're not going to check down, not going to break a few, but I don't see the volume consistently every single game. So my reason for Price outscoring.
Price definitely has a higher touchdown upside. Like if you're telling me someone's getting 12 rushing touchdowns between those two, I'm siding with Price. 100%.
Yeah, I
Also,
would think that
second, that
Algier
it's
gets more
nuts that you
touchdowns.
just brought up all the Cardinals guys and not Marvin Harrison Jr. at all. Because
And
he's
on
your
his
pride and
team.
joy on
I
your
know.
team. He's your
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Before you got Pooh, he was kind of like your next guy.
No, for sure. And the only reason I didn't bring up Harrison is just because I've done a job of, over the last few pods talking about like,
Yeah.
I hope this is his year. I'm really holding out hope, but it's straight on feel and not on like pure actual belief and expectation.
Yep.
Like he's shown me who he is, and I'm hoping that the tides turn. But I don't get on this podcast and talk every week based on feel. I go on, what have you done for me? I mean, so much so that I've literally been standing in front of a firing squad when I talk about Amarion Hampton, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the most where like I can see both sides of it, but until you show me something, and when you put one product on paper or like on film, I'm gonna believe you until you prove me wrong. So like, yeah, that's why I didn't bring up Marvin Harrison because I would love to see him, but I do think when we're talking about like who's gonna be the guy, I would draft Michael Wilson over Harrison right now. And Trey McBride. I mean, Trey McBride's getting no targets anyway.
Totally.
One last little follow up on the Cardinals. We're on there too much.
Yeah, totally.
Michael
Way too
Wilson,
much.
who does he play with next year? Does he get a deal? Does he sign back with the Cards, or does he get a pretty hefty paycheck to a new team?
I think they extend him.
So do I. Cool.
All right, let's get in the round. Pick five.
All right, pick
For
five.
everyone
This is
saying I'm broke, Trey McBride lived 2 houses down for me.
before he got the contract.
Before he got a $150 million deal.
Before he got the extension. Before he
got his fucking 6-figure extension, but hey, or eight whatever extension.
A lot of money.
Put some respect on it.
I think right after you get outside of these top 4 that we just went, I think like it gets gross. It gets really gross.
I disagree.
Not necessarily gross, but you just get less. You get a little bit more question marks, which kind of I guess happens if you get down the draft. That's what happens. But which I think begs the reason Sutton, the point he made to try to move up to get into that top 4 is to get someone you're confident.
I mean, we just had a 20-minute conversation about the 1 and 4 pick. So yeah, I mean, we've said it that this draft class, this year's rookie draft it's not great.
However, and I'm just going to say this isn't because I have picks. It's not for any other reason. Every year, there's like 1 or 2 random dudes you're going to grab.
Random.
That's going to pop and shock the hell out of you.
I mean,
right?
Brian Thomas Jr. his rookie year was a second-round pick.
All those guys. I mean, Juju, like when he was like whatever, we talked about him. I'm just bringing up guys we've talked about on the pod, right? Like these guys weren't. I don't know what's going on there.
Sorry, I drafted him in the second round. I'm just
But yeah, there's going to be some guys. But who's responsible for 5?
I am. I'm just waiting to you to finish whatever you're talking about. For me, it's I don't even know how to pronounce. What's his name? The guy for the Eagles, Lemon.
Malik
How do you say
Lemon?
his Mackay?
Mackay.
It's Mackay. There's no L in there, dude. Mackay Lemon.
I said Malik. I don't know. I'm dyslexic.
That's an L take. Bro's got is no ball.
Dyslexic,
man. Only for the fact that AJ Brown's gone. And this would be in streak spot, I guess. I don't think he's too. He's pretty balanced as far as his team goes, and that's where I'm just grabbing Lemon. It would be between, for me, probably him and KC Concepcion at this point. And I'm not taking a guy from the Browns. Even though I guess he can be the one, I'm going with Jalen Hurts, like a quarterback that you can whatever. I take him over Shedeur Sanders.
That's good.
With the vacated targets, I think Devontae Smith is going to be a true one. He just hasn't had the opportunity to do that. But there's going to be targets available, and Godaire's getting older. I think you guys touched on him last season. I think he had like 12 touchdowns. He had too many touchdowns. Like, I don't think he's that great. He scored a lot of touchdowns with matters, but I just think as far as the guy you're going to want is him next. But he's hurt, which really sucks as far as trying to grab a guy. And you're going to have to play him on your bench. I don't think he's practiced yet with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what I'm grabbing. Yeah.
with what you were saying, I'm fully staying away from Casey Conception. I will not be taking or touching, looking at any of the Browns wide receivers there. It's the whole situation there. I don't like. We've talked about it. I don't think it's worth take. I'd rather take a flyer on a different player than take a guy that's with the Browns. It's just that's where I'm at. So with pick number, unless you want to go into more, I'm going to move on to pick number 6.
No, I think there's a point to be made
Well,
where
this is pick number
teams have to
5. Yeah.
throw a football.
Yeah,
Teams have
I'm
to
going to
throw
go
a
pick number
ball.
6.
Someone has to be a one receiver. Someone's gonna get targets. It might be spread around. I mean, Fannon's obviously the clear guy you want, but it can't.
I
It's
mean,
not
but
just gonna be
Sam,
him.
here's
You take a flyer on a guy.
yeah, but
The
I'll
opportunities there. First
just
I don't
round
one
think
thing
there
real
receiver.
quick.
has to be a one. I mean, we've talked about it last podcast. We look at the Packers. There isn't a clear cut one. There wasn't a clear cut one. Now you're going to say Christian Watson this year, but there wasn't
No,
a
Christian
clear
Watson
cut one.
every year when he's active, he's a 1. He's
No,
their
but
1.
there's a point where, like, I mean, if I'm taking Lemon at 4 based on the team, the
5.
opportunities,
Are you taking him
or
5?
at 5. But once you get to what, pick 6 that we're on now,
Mhm.
I think it's well worth taking a guy that is a first round wide receiver.
So this is actually, I
And
mean, the 6th pick is mine.
at,
So, but I want to
Yeah,
just hammer that
this is
home
me.
because you
I'm
said like
taking
you want a 1 on the
pick
team.
6.
Last year, Jerry Jeudy was the 1. He was active every single game and he had 600 yards. So like
but at
having
some
the
point, you
Browns.
take a shot on a guy that can be that around a certain pick.
Oh,
Who
no, no,
else are
no.
you
Yeah,
grabbing
eventually
here?
you're going to take
That's what I'm
Conception.
saying. Yeah.
I'm just saying like there are plenty of drafts. Actually, if you go on any like like I don't know about I know you're fantasy footballers, but if you go on like Fantasy Pros, you go on ESPN's like Dynasty rankings, people are taking Conception over Price almost unanimously average draft position. So like people are really high on this guy. And that's where it's like, whoa, let's temper expectation here. So I just want to make
Yeah,
that side of it like a team's 1 doesn't have to necessarily be great.
I agree. So now
All
I
right.
have pick
So you
number
got
6.
6.
I
All
have pick
right.
number
See, this is
6.
where I think we're going to differ based on what we just talked about.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. This is where we're going to differ. I am completely staying away from Casey Conception. I've seen clips of him being banged up already in training camps,
Yes.
things like that. If he's whatever with him, I'm staying away from Browns. Don't
Training
like him.
camp's washed. Jamar Chase couldn't catch a football in training camp.
That
His rookie
Injuries are
season.
different. Injuries are different. I'm saying like if you start showing guys that are already getting hurt, soft
and
tissue injuries,
Casey
it's something to think
Conception
about.
is one of them. So I'm going to go with the 6th pick. Looking at Sutton's team, the where he
Oh, this is
needs
clear. Yeah. Yeah.
people is going to be wide receiver. I am going
Oh,
with I'm not going with the tight end, which is who I think you were talking about, or the quarterback
yeah.
maybe. I'm going with Omar Cooper of the Jets, wide receiver, who is the next guy below Casey Conception in some of these rankings out there that we're not getting into. Going to go with him. Geno Smith is there. You finally have a quarterback that's going to be able to throw the football a little bit. Hopefully, Garrett Wilson there. Hey, you never know with what that next wide receiver can do. He's going to be the 2. I'm taking him with the 6th pick.
That's really interesting.
I feel like that's where you could argue the tight end that they took could maybe be that second
No, I hear you.
target, and that would be
And
at a
we've
one
talked
play
about
position.
the tight end. We've talked
Yeah.
about the tight end there and how we like the guy, but we don't like where he landed. I would rather have the wide receiver there.
You don't like it's the same team.
I understand that, but I think that there's a different tight end that you're going to be able to get that's going to be better for the team.
Off the rip?
Or in this
With
draft.
the amount of in this draft, I think Sutton with his picks will be able to get a different tight end that
Later on that has value. Okay.
later on
All right.
with better upside.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
I can get behind that. Here's where I'm at. Do I want to hear my 6th pick, like where my brain's at with it?
It's
I mean, I would go a few other guys over, a lot of guys over the Jets too. But yeah.
Where I'm at with this pick is
Yeah.
that I want to trade it first and foremost.
Well, yeah.
Let's just no, but I mean, but like if you like a guy, depending on what it can get, I will. I mean, obviously, it's all dependent on what I could get, but I'm actually Brady, it's interesting you brought that up. I am considering Cooper. Um, with this pick, like where I'm really stuck between Conception, Sadiq, and Cooper. I'm with Cooper Jr. The biggest concern for me is that Garrett Wilson's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
I think
he's
Garrett
great.
Wilson's an exceptional talent.
Yeah,
I think that like I just hope that he finally has that breakout.
totally.
Um,
Totally agree.
and with Sadiq, I mean that's literally now two new targets to go along with Garrett Wilson. You
Mhm.
just signed Brees Hall. I don't know what to expect in that offense, right? Sadiq, he had like sports hernia surgery. He hasn't actually really practiced all training camp. Um, if I'm drafting him, it's not as like I'm playing him this year. I'm just hoping that he's their tight end of the future, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to revert back to Conception here and say that if I'm playing for next year, I don't think the quarterback room is led in Cleveland by Deshaun Watson and Shador Sanders in 2027. It's a deep class. There's a
Mhm.
lot of intriguing quarterback prospects. And I can see KC Conception excelling in an offense with a better quarterback and just a better overall situation. So I'm leaning KC Conception at that pick for that reason, is that I'm drafting him for next year and hoping that the Browns just draft a guy that slings next year instead of the two guys that they have today. I would expect nothing out of him this season, but that's where I'm currently leaning. I don't have overexcitement on any of those three guys,
Mhm.
but that's kind of where I'm sitting. And I have the
So
same thought
a
of
little bit with what you're saying. When was the Browns last drafted quarterback that was good?
Baker Mayfield.
He wasn't good with the Browns.
Baker Mayfield led the Browns to a playoff game.
Okay, how was he as a? Who was his wide receiver?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
Please,
I'm shooting
please
off
look
the
it up.
top.
I mean, it's been a Jarvis Landry. Yeah,
Oh,
he had
he's
Odell. He had Odell. Honestly, like Rashard Higgins had some. He was playable.
See, that's there, but there's the thing. You're talking
Donovan
playable.
Peoples
Like
Jones,
Donovan
playable.
People-Jones was
EPJ.
okay. He for a quick little bit.
But because of the quarterback. So now if you gave him like a rookie one, Baker Mayfield, when he was there, a first round receiver, I think he would have eaten.
I hear you, but with how the Browns have looked in the past, since Baker Mayfield, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
banking
but
on
because
them.
because because since Baker Mayfield, they put $250 into a fucking sexual predator.
Well,
So I mean, you can't like that's like that's the entire era. So if they get out of this era and they get a Baker Mayfield-esque gunslinger, that's the chance I'm taking or hoping for.
well, here's what I'll tell you. I'm happy it's your pick, and I'm happy that I picked on a fake draft here, and I went with Omar Cooper. You're going to go on to pick 7. Let me hear your pick number 7.
All right. Well, you took Cooper, so I'm in at 7. Who's picking actually? This might change it. Oh, it's the free agent team at 7. I'm going to pick Conception at this pick then.
I think
For
if you
every
get
reason I
Conception
just
at 7, you're chilling. Hell
and
yeah,
and,
that
and
sounds
see,
sick.
Sam, that's what I'm
That's
saying
good.
too. Is I think like Conception at 7 then becomes like a steal, like a first round wide
It's a cool
receiver
first
in a
round wide
rookie
receiver with a
dynasty
team that
draft
doesn't have a one receiver.
in the back end of the first round. Like that's a steal at that point. I don't think Conception can
It's
sit
just
at 7.
worth
Like,
taking you just do it. You just
can I
take it
say
and
this
see what
though?
happens.
Who's picking at 5? Is it Streak?
Streak.
If Streak picks, I actually like Lemon less than I like Conception.
I don't
So
like
I
Lemon at
will
all.
be, neither do I. So I
Yeah.
will actually be pissed if Streak takes
Another first round
Conception.
receiver
I don't like
for
the
the
Eagles
Eagles?
wide receivers that much. Do you want
We
it?
go
Okay,
mute.
I'll break into the
No, I just
analysis.
think. I mean, all they've done is done the AJ Brown and maybe a little
Boom.
inconsistent, but you look at the end of the year
That's
and you get
why.
some guys.
But that's why. You just hit it. I wanted you to say it. That's literally what I was going to go at. Is
So you think he's
their
inconsistent? So you're going to then take the Browns maybe one over a guy that's a team
No, it's
system
not
that
the Browns.
works?
Maybe
Hold
one.
on. You were just saying that he's the Browns one.
He's the Browns one.
You're
You
going
say
to take the
maybe
Browns
one.
one. You're going to take the Browns one. Now it's
You just
now
went on a whole
it's
fucking.
against you, and
Brady
it's
not going
now
to
it's
I
game plan.
told you.
the
I
Browns
told you. I
one.
The
take
Browns.
Lemon.
Now you go maybe.
I take Lemon over Concepcion.
A
You just
million
said you.
percent.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
just
but
wavered on him being the
the
Browns one.
argument versus me and versus Conception with Cooper was that I'm for sure taking the Browns one. But now since it's with Lemon, it's
It's
maybe
team
the
dependent.
Browns one.
It's
He's
team
maybe.
dependent. Jalen Hurts over Geno
Casey
Smith.
Conception either way is on the Browns, and it's either he's the one or
We're
he's
missing
not.
the whole thing here. We're only arguing the fact, Sam, that you literally switched calling Conception a one when you were talking about him in relation to Cooper and in relation to Lemon. You switched your rhetoric and said, well, you'd rather
But
have a
it's
number
different
one.
teams. I'd rather have the
Casey Conception
Jalen
is not on a
Hurts.
different team now.
Jalen Hurts.
But does Casey Conception is he maybe a one
Or is he
against
a one?
Jalen Hurts? But he's for sure a one when you're comparing him to Geno Smith. Like, why did that flip? When you watch us back, it doesn't
Because
matter
it
who we're
matters who's
comparing
throwing
against.
you the football.
No. But it's not changing for, say, Casey Conception. We're hammering home the point that you said Casey Conception is for sure a one, so I would take him over Cooper. And then when we were comparing him to Lemon, you said, well, wouldn't you? Well, he's maybe a one. You just changed if Conception's the Browns one or not. That's all we're getting on you about.
Okay.
Is Casey Conception the Browns one or not?
On paper, yes. He is drafted to be their one.
Yes. So that's in my reasoning for why I would take him over Lemon is because I would rather take a flyer on a team's one than have at best this out of my draft pick. I hate inconsistent wide receivers so much. And Brady and I have talked a lot about that. So I would rather take a guy with a lower floor but a higher ceiling as being a team's clear-cut one. That's why it mattered to me whether you said he was for sure the one or not.
But it doesn't matter who's throwing you the football. Because you brought up Lemon being you'd rather have Conception over Lemon because he's the one. Or you take a flyer on him over a two.
Yes.
But the thing with Cooper is you have Jalen Hurts versus Geno Smith.
But I know what my ceiling is in a wildly inconsistent that under Jalen Hurts, they've shown you like that it's this. Unless AJ Brown was a clear-cut one, but he's also a massive receiver. Like
yeah, I mean, also you put in the
upside.
fact guys have missed games. When one of those two guys misses games, the other one's nuts.
Of course.
I mean, where
Yeah.
you just go with an MVP over Geno Smith in year 15, 13.
Well,
13 in 3 years.
See, but to go
That
Jalen Hurts
matters.
or Geno Smith is not the argument that's here. It's based off of either would you rather have Geno Smith or would you rather have Jalen Hurts, or would you have Geno Smith or would you rather have Shedeur Sanders? Or the other one is would you rather have Shedeur Sanders or Jalen Hurts? We're not saying that it's going to be, hey, those three are going to be flipped. It's between Malik Lemon and Conception or Conception and Cooper for the next pick.
I'm a little lost now.
But
comparing
Geno Smith
because I brought
comparing Geno
Smith
Smith
Sutton
and
brought
Jalen
up
Hurts.
Lemon over Conception.
Comparing Geno Smith and Jalen
Conception
Hurts
over Lemon.
it means nothing in this argument. Nobody is comparing Geno Smith and Jalen Hurts.
I think if you're comparing Lemon and Amari Cooper, it is.
It matters
those
a
are
ton when
those
you're
are two
drafting.
teams.
But that's the thing.
players.
I never once compared Lemon to Cooper. Never
No,
once did I do that.
But I'm just saying that's the only time you would do it.
Yeah, but who's done that? Nobody's done that.
I don't know where we're at. All I was saying
I
is
don't
that
know
I
what
would take a
happened.
flyer.
All I know is
one.
I would okay, I disagree. I would rather have Lemon than, and I just don't get what the fuck's going on here.
You'd rather have Lemon than who?
Conception, and then Amari Cooper, throw him in the second round of this thing. I don't think he matters. Is what I'm saying.
I love Amari Cooper, but I am simply saying that I would take Conception over Lemon because I would take a flyer on having a team's one than Jalen Hurts is two.
There you go.
I understand that this year the prospects aren't favorable in Watson and Shador Sanders, but I do believe that with Conception's talent, if they do draft a rookie QB or bring in more of a journeyman next year to guide him along, like imagine it's like a Joe Flacco. I'd rather have Joe Flacco's one than Jalen Hurts is two. I'm not saying it in this offense. In drafting KC Conception over Lemon, I would be betting on the fact that next year Cleveland brings in more of a true passer that can make him a true one. And I would rather have that upside than knowing what the ceiling for me. And once again, like all these things could be wrong, right? Like Lemon could come out and make Devonta Smith could be in his shadow, but I don't see that happening. I see them at best trading big weeks, and I hate that. And it's more about my hatred for that and not wanting to play this up and down game and taking the flyer on the one than it is my like evaluation of their talent. It's the spot and the hope for what that turns into.
All right, so we're going on to pick 8. Who's
Just
got
me?
pick 8?
I got pick 8, and I'm drafting out his baby spot. And this is where, based on what happened in our draft, what we just have done, I think sets him up in a really tough spot because he needs a receiver, and all the guys that you would
And
take
now
are gone.
Cooper's the yeah. And now
And
Sadiq
kind of
is
for
still
me,
there.
like the last guy would be like Cooper. If you're a wide receiver needy team, you just take you. There's none
Well,
left.
who are you taking at 8 right now?
That's what I'm debating.
Brady,
He has Brock Bowers,
this was great.
and now he
This
has
was a
Brock
great setup.
Bowers. He has Bowers, so I'm not taking a tight end.
However, Brady, Baby has shown that he's an idiot because he drafted Caleb Williams over Malik Neighbors, having Patrick Mahomes. So I can see him doing it just because I can see him drafting Mendoza because he's been an idiot drafting.
Dude, the thing is, the best players available are positions he doesn't need.
I know.
And did you take Sadiq? Did he get drafted? Did you take him yet? I think I would go best. There's no good receivers left. I'd just go best player. And then, I think I'd go Sadiq if I'm him. It doesn't make sense for a starting lineup, but it's a dynasty. You're trying to build up players that can maybe make or break a position. And there's upside to be the number 2 target on a Jets offense that needs players, where I think I'm going.
I definitely
Sadiq here.
I like Sadiq. I'm not knocking it. It's just funny at that pick because Baby would
At
be
that
like,
pick, I think you
like,
just take best player when your position that you need's gone. There's really a huge
full
tier break. I think you just go. You go the best player.
I would trade Babes for 1.8 if it breaks down like this.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I love it. I love this right now because this could be completely different next week.
And also, the thing is, we didn't even do the draft yet. Like, this is going to be the draft because these guys don't think.
They're just going to hear who we would pick and what, and they'll be like,
that's just going to go. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's why this next pick is really funny because here's another pick for Sutton. I am picking at number 9.
Just gave him his picks, dude.
I know. Do I have the 9th pick?
You have the 9th pick, yeah. So I'm picking at number 9 here, and here is where I'm at. I was thinking there's 2 different people that I'm going between here. And I know Sutton's love for just like quarterbacks, but I also know that Sutton does need a tight end. And there's 2 guys out there that I think could go at this pick, and it's one Fernando Mendoza or Eli Stowers, the tight end from the Eagles. We were just talking about the Eagles, all that stuff. This is why I did not take Sadiq at that pick. And this is also the thing with the Lemon. I got my whole notepad over here, right? I know where we're at. I like where we're falling. I saw these picks happening before it even happened. So I'm between those 2, and I think with the like and love of quarterbacks in this league, I am going to have Sutton take Fernando Mendoza. We've talked about it a little bit with you think he's going to be a good player. Yes, next year is a deep class, but being the 1-1, this guy is the Raiders are, I think, starting to take a few steps that are going to make them better. And we've said it. He is probably going to have a decent career. So it's like, hey, if you can have a quarterback that's going to be a franchise quarterback, might as well take him. So I
talk about a team that needs a freaking receiver. Jeez Louise. Brock Bowers is going to get a million fucking catches.
What is it? Isn't Trey Tucker their one?
Trey Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
But I'm taking
for
yeah,
pass
freaking
catchers.
Mendoza.
But
There you go, Sutton.
I'm
dude, it
I'm
gets
I'm I'm
really
gonna
bad. I really
I'm gonna
wish I had
keep
this
it a
next pick because I don't want to even
buck.
pick again. I was one more guy I would take, and then I
Here we go.
just
Here
would
we go.
punt off
I'm
the
gonna keep it a
draft.
buck. I'm not taking Fernando Mendoza.
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck and say that if I don't get, I don't even know, man. Look, like everything in my fiber says a draft Mendoza. You like know me. I that's what I
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
Stock up these young quarterbacks. I'm a cougar for a good young quarterback. Stowers is so intriguing to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I think
Second
he's the
round pick.
clear-cut next pick. There's no other guy you'd take here. I don't think there's anyone else
Well,
worth
no.
even
Like,
taking
I'm
over.
talking about next for sure. It's Mendoza, and I'm saying what would I do
What
at
would you
9 in
do?
this scenario?
You're
I
Who's your
would.
quarterbacks? You have Daniels and Stafford, right? There's probably
Yeah,
some other
he
random
does.
person.
He has Matt
I know I have
Stafford,
Daniels and Stafford
Daniels.
that because I traded
Got it.
Herbert. So my thing is Daniels' injury risk and Stafford's age, like that
Yep,
hurts me. If I still had Herbert, I would take Stowers here.
that's
Without having
exactly my
Herbert,
thought here.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm look, I've talked about my love for Mendoza.
Mhm.
I didn't want to like him at all. Sold me on him. I love him now.
Ohio State guys, that know Ohio State fans. See, I've done my
Mm,
research on Sutton, and he's not even research because he spoke it fully into existence. Um,
yeah. I
yeah, I mean,
realistically, what I once again like, I'm in trouble here. Like I'm like in big trouble if the draft flows like this. If I traded Babes for the eighth pick, I'm gonna take Mendoza, right? But if Babes stays pat and keeps Sadiq, and I still need my tight end or quarterback, I swear to you that I probably flip a coin and take whoever it is, and then in the air
really,
decide that it's Mendoza and I draft Mendoza.
yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna go Mendoza just with like knowing your
I
quarterback
realistically
well.
think that I would draft Mendoza. Yeah,
And I think you can get away with still having Ferguson and out
yeah.
there. Like he's young enough that hey, if it's going to
I,
take
I have a
even
few
next
years to
year,
make that happen, but I think
yeah.
Mendoza's the guy. The more we talk, I would definitely pick Mendoza if he's there at 9 for sure.
So we're moving on to pick 10. Something. What you got with pick 10?
I mean, yeah, at this point, I mean, who's picking at 10? Sam, but it doesn't matter. I'm picking Stowers
I
or
don't have
Stowers,
Parker
and
has it. I
nah,
traded it.
whatever. Well, I'm taking Stowers or Stowers for sure.
Go. Even with Sam's, what? How many tight ends do you have?
Parker
I
has
don't
him.
have
Parker.
I don't have
Parker's the
that.
Oh,
top pick.
Parker. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Either way, I think you're taking the best player. But Parker's a wild card. I can
I
see him
also
going
think
a
the
few
rest of the
times.
draft is just best player. I mean, you get
I
eh,
disagree. I
no, I
disagree.
disagree. I disagree with that. There's a few points where you get best player. Then you kind of break back into like another tier of players, and then you can go by position. Because I'm rocking this next pick, right?
Yep, that's me.
Your next pick? Because we talked a little bit off the pod the other day about this, and we had different. My first thought when Brady said he was intrigued by a receiver in the second kind of round, he thinks going to fall to him. My first thought is Deshaun Stribling, who would be my pick right here,
Holy
because
shit.
the 49ers, no one can stay healthy there. Ricky Pearsall out for the season. He's going to be 27 before he can even. He's going to go into his
Yeah.
contract year at 27 without
Yeah.
playing any significant time.
Mhm.
Mike Evans, not always, just last year, but it's a
Just
49ers
last
thing.
year, yeah.
Just the last year, but he's
It's the
Yeah.
field,
older.
man.
They
It's the
have
field.
They had to bring a Debo Samuel. There's just a need for a guy that's on a team that you project to be good. Kittle's coming off an Achilles tear. He's a different beast, but you never know. That age, that position, his explosiveness, how will he come back from that? I just think there's a need for a pass catcher on that team. And you throw in a rookie with a Brock Purdy who's shown to be very serviceable and can get the job done on a good team, good division that they're going to compete in. I think you take a shot on a guy who could emerge as their two to three probably target this year behind Kittle and Evans, and then see what happens. Youngest guy by far in their
Yeah, yeah.
Their positional players. I mean,
Also
you
the
got
oldest
Evans.
player
You
by
got
far in the rookie draft.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. But I
I want to
mean,
say he'll be 24 for the new year.
no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 23
Yeah.
and some change. But I mean, you're rocking with Mike Evans, George Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey, all talented players, but older in the name
Mhm.
and for their positions.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you with that pick. I think that that's definitely something to look into. I mean, like I said, or like you said, we did talk about this. Now we're not doing the other side of what our draft does entail. But there is another rookie that I did like at this pick, and I do have him right now. I have him falling because I didn't think you would go that route. Um, of Chris Bell. Like that would be the only guy that I
Oh,
could take
I
a
hate that
flyer
you
at.
said that. I pray he's there at 12 for me.
Yeah, like
That's like my guy.
that's a guy that like we've talked about big wide receivers. He's 6'2", like 220 pounds, whatever he is, like just massive.
Malik Willis is gonna need a fuck him. He's down. Fuck it. He's down there,
And they need a
guy.
guy.
He's the tallest guy that they have.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly.
rookie. He's young.
Yeah.
That's literally who I am hoping is there at 12.
Well, well, right now he's gonna be, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the other guy that we talked about that I do like just
Are you
with
planning to take him at 11? Like full, like
I
full
don't know if
stop?
I could tell you that right now because I mean there's still trades that
It's
can
just so
happen.
stupid. That's what I'm saying. We're doing this before the draft. It's
Well,
so
that's the thing
goofy.
is like
It's so
we
goofy.
weren't originally going to talk about our own picks. Like that's why we are drafting for other people.
Yeah.
But
I'm
like
only I mean, like, look, like the reason I'm asking is because I'll try to trade you for it if you're going to. Like, realistically, I'm not gonna like I'm asking gentlemen's ass. Like, I promise you, I'm not taking him earlier. I'm gonna take Mendoza or who's ever. I'm gonna take all those top nine
well,
guys
no,
over
I
Bell.
know you're not, but you could go for the 10. You know, like who knows with what people's there. Like
Sutton's going to be so drunk on the
No, no, no,
dance
no,
floor.
no,
He's
no,
not even going to know what's
because
going on.
if it's a tenth, I would still take Stowers. I would take the top 10 guys are solidified. Every top 10 guy we just said, I would take over Bell. So I'm
gotcha.
asking you, I would take him at 12. But if you're going to take him at 11, I'll try to trade you for 11. Like if
Well,
you say for certainty you're going to take him at
I'm
11, I'll
not
trade
for
you for it.
certain. It's between him and a different guy
Okay.
that's not a rookie. So
Okay. Got it. That's literally why I'm asking is just because I'm like, that's pretty much like I'm solidified taking him at 12. So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
that's
it's
I
just for
mean
the flyer of having the same reason. I'm hoping I get a teams one.
yeah, yeah. So Sam, you just did 11, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I
you
don't
just did
fucking
11.
know.
That's 2
Yeah,
1.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
So
this would have been my
Cool.
picks then.
moving on to 12. Sutton, your pick with the depth of wide receiver that you have. Now I will take Chris Bell. I have Chris Bell going right now. Like it's funny that you said it.
Yeah.
I'll take Chris Bell, Miami wide receiver for Sutton's team. I think like exactly what we just talked about, big wide receiver. There really isn't anything out in Miami. Yes, he is injured. He's coming to the season injured, but I think that he will be a guy that, hey, they're going to need right when he's back, and he's going to step in and become a guy that is going to get the football.
Got it. I'm stuck at this pick. This is where it gets tough for me.
Who's picking?
Oh, is it me? I imagine it's me because Sam went, you went. Imagine this is me, right?
No,
This
no, I
is
know, but who's actually picking in the
um
draft?
baby.
Okay.
If I'm Babes, if I'm Babes, mm, I have a guy that I like, but it's off of just pure like. If I'm Babes, I'm probably going Williams from Washington. But Babes is right, wide receivers. Jaden Daniels too. I mean, that's all I got. I don't have like a
William
big
Williams.
synopsis on this guy.
mean, you
I
get to
just
certain
think,
points, you just got to take
Yeah,
players that are on.
totally.
You're the
yeah,
you could be paired with Jaden Daniels. Terry
Yeah.
McLaurin's not getting younger. You go
Yeah.
with teams and players you
you just
think
go with
have promise.
just upside. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably taking Williams for Babes in that spot. Can I say that I am excited to have a few different flyers here though? Because I do feel like one of these guys from like
It's going to pan out
12
100%.
to
Always
18 are
is,
going to
dude.
pan
There's
out and
always
crush.
there always
100%.
are.
Yeah.
100%. And that's what
So I'm happy to have like 2 picks in there.
who I think is going to fall to the
You're
next pick
not
that
up
I have. I
next.
think you're going to be excited for.
Am
I
I
know.
next?
Yeah, I'm just. You didn't hear what I said clearly. I said the next pick that I think is going to fall
Oh,
to
you
me.
think another guy's gonna make it to you
I
still?
think I'm pretty excited about at this pick. So go ahead, Sam.
Oh, this is down. This is down in some folks' rankings. I think there's still some guys that are up there. I'm between whose team I picked? I'm team
This
10 I'm picking
is free
for the
agent. Yeah.
unmarked. Um, there's Denzel Boston, who is a second round receiver from the Browns. Because you just I'm not doing it, but I mean you have to look at the draft and the need at a team. They need someone to step up. It's the same thing with KC. Like, are both you just take flyers on guys. It gets to the point you got to make a
Yeah,
call.
totally.
Um, but I'm not going that route. I'm going to go with a different position. Nicholas Singleton got
That's who,
Brady,
yeah.
sniped him.
You got
Tony
me,
Pollard,
man.
contract year. Tajay Spears, I think, also contract year.
Yeah, I think so.
So you just he's the only guy that's for sure going to be on the team next year. Tony Pollard, as gross as he always is as a pick, he's always serviceable. You know what you're going to get, and it's a running back that just over the course of the season and off season for this upcoming season, he's going to be the only guy in the roster. He's the only one you for sure know.
Yep.
Running back on a team that could be a bell cow, and we're talking about the the trajectory with Cam Ward playing better. You got a true one coming into the team. I'm sure they have some sort of new coach in that team. I don't know what the fuck their coaching situation
I'm pretty
is.
sure it's Robert
But
Sala.
that doesn't excite me. But whatever. You get some young guys. You're kind of looking at who could be a guy of the future. I just grab
You know that
him.
Robert
There's
Sala
also
has like
Jonah
11
Cole.
kids?
What?
He has
He's
like 10
competing with
kids.
Phillip Rivers.
That's
Robert Sala has like 10 kids. Sala has like 10 kids. He was at the celeb golf tournament, and I was like, bro, this man's got this man's got an army.
That's funny. Dang,
So yeah,
Sam.
that's my spot. Yeah.
Good pick.
So
Good pick. I really like that pick. Really like the word, like exactly everything that you said. He is a guy that's going to be there with two older running backs that, I mean, we know how running backs go, and neither one of those guys have really been anything to, you're not losing sleep over if you don't have him on your team. So this is a guy that I think is with it. What?
No, yeah.
You like Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears?
No, not at all.
Right, you're not losing sleep if they're not on your team. So I like that where this is at.
Take
with
back those
the
offers
team-
I sent out.
What?
I've been trying to, yeah,
trying to
I'm
get rid of
trading
these
Tony
guys.
What?
I said I'm trying to trade Tony Pollard.
We're just dogging them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy that they're going to have a new running back there with Tate there with exactly what you said. Cam Ward. The team is hopefully going to start going like this, but yeah, we'll see. Like the pick.
I'm Nostradamus. I'm gonna predict the future and tell you guys why you're just horrendously wrong. Here's what's gonna happen. Can't with this guy.
You had a red mask.
Tony
on last-
Pollard.
Yeah,
I don't
that's,
wanna hear it.
you think Tony Pollard's signing another contract with the Titans?
No, Tony Pollard. I mean, like maybe a 1-year deal, but no, I'm not saying that. 2 years ago, Cam Ward, first overall pick. This year, or last year, right? But this year, last year, I want to say it. Tate, fourth overall pick. There's a 0% chance that this team allows a 5th-round running back from this year to be their one next year. They're going to take a running back in the top 3 rounds. Easy next year, and I can see them doing it in the first 2. Next year's running back class is insanely deep. A lot of good prospects coming out. Tennessee is building that offense around young guys. That man will never see running back 1 in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's probably very unlikely, but you get to a point. You take guys, you take
I think that
possibilities.
I would like rather take Coleman in Denver.
They used way too many people there. Sean Payton. You
No,
never know who's
look,
going to
I'm not saying
play.
it's a good pick. I'm
Yeah.
just saying I would
Yeah.
rather have the draft capital upside of Coleman, better offense, uses running backs better. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I'm just calling my shot for what Tennessee is going to do at running back. But is it me now? Is this my pick?
Yes. Now this next pick is at 15. Again, it is Sutton's pick. So this is the fourth pick that I am choosing for Sutton here. Yeah, I know it's kind of
You're
crazy
drafting for Sutton.
how this is all worked out. My next pick now is actually going to change from who I thought was going to fall. I'm going to go with the next tight end available, and that's going to be Oscar Delp, New Orleans tight end. I'm going to
Never
get
heard of
your
that guy before, dude. I've
Holy
never heard of him
shit.
before. I didn't even know that was a real person until you
well.
just said his name.
Well, now you have. So Sutton, you can look into that guy. You're going to have a tight end there at 15 that is from New Orleans. They have two guys now. I like you need a tight end like what we were just talking about. I didn't take Sadiq. I didn't take the Stowers before, but if it gets to this point, that's who I'm going to take.
Holy Christ.
I don't even know what he know nothing about this guy. I have nothing to say.
I got
Maybe
you. No,
I don't know
I'm pretty
ball.
sure he went to Georgia, but I think
I don't
that's
know
it.
ball.
You don't know ball,
Um,
clearly.
I don't know who this guy is at all, dude. Sick.
I can tell you that who I will not be taking at 15.
And
Um,
that's
and it will be Oscar the Grouch Delp.
That's
I'll
crazy.
be leaving him on waiver wires. On a waiver wire. I love it though. And when he ends up being the next Travis Kelsey,
he
we're gonna
just
clip
wanted
that
this.
and just
Yeah,
rail me.
he just wanted to just drop a name just to
I
make us look
honestly
like we
like
don't
it.
know
I
shit.
honestly like it.
It was fine,
I
dude.
like
You
it,
just.
Brady. All right.
I mean, do
I
some
will say
research.
one thing.
Do some
I will.
research on this guy, and you will see that you will probably be taking him at 15.
No, I have. I'm not Sam. I do know who the guy is. I think he went to
No, I
Georgia.
Okay.
He
I
went.
have no idea who he is.
He was their third round pick. I know you got Jawan. I mean, he's like literally a target machine there. The Saints always use their tight end. I think it's only
Mhm.
Noah Fant is the only other guy there. I mean,
Mhm.
I can see the path to upside, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not hating on him. I'm just not taking him at 15.
Okay. That's
That's all
fine.
I'm saying.
I just feel like that's a guy you can no one's taking him in our league. But in the 220 picks, I just think that's a guy you can grab post draft.
He was on my like post draft list for sure.
Yeah.
Like
See,
taking a
okay,
slide
sorry.
on him.
I hear you, but then most of these guys at the second round we're talking about from 15
Uh,
on. You can
we're still
probably
talking
get.
second round pick wide receivers right now. Like I'm still
Yeah.
Well,
Denzel
all
Boston's
right,
still
all right.
there.
Well, that's what I
that's
just
who I'm
took.
taking.
I just
And
Yeah,
took.
at some point
it's
you
me
gotta
next.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
I just
taking
took Oscar
Boston.
Delp at 15. You're at 16 here.
Yeah, and I'm taking Boston here. And my reason for taking Boston is honestly like full disclosure, like I'm between him and Williams, Brady. If you don't trade me and you take Bell, I'm taking at the next pick, I'm taking Williams or Boston, and I'm leaning Boston. Because if I do get Conception, which is what it's looking like in the first round, I know that I have Cleveland's one. I actually like the size profile of Boston a lot more, 6'2", more my height
Mhm.
supremacist at wide receiver. That way, I'm hoping that I have Cleveland's one in the future. So I'm taking Boston at where we're sitting.
Me?
Yeah, which like we're still taking. I mean, like at this point, we're taking best available. Like no one has team needs down here that we're grabbing. I don't think at
Yeah,
least.
like
So
none of
who's
these guys you're taking and plugging into your lineup. These guys are
this is
going on your
17
bench and you're
Parker. This
hoping
is all
for
just a bench flyer. Yeah.
this is it's not fun. Well, it's
Well,
fun and
you have the
exciting in different
19th.
ways. I
You like
actually
have the
have a spot.
19th.
This is my only draft pick. I got to the 19th. I have the 19th in our rookie draft
And where are we at?
this year.
17 right now?
We're at 17. I mean, Jonah Coleman, no one took him. Brady brought his name up, but I don't think he was picked.
I brought his name up. Yeah, nobody hasn't been picked.
Well, then, yeah, give me a running back in a good offense team that you
Yeah.
like. Injuries happen. J.K. Dobbins is your guy who's been notoriously hurt.
Yeah.
awesome when he's not, but if he's not on the field, you're between 26-year-old inefficient RJ Harvey or a young rookie that people seem to be excited about. They seem to be excited about. You grab them. This late is sick.
I,
Just,
I,
just fucking sick.
I got
It's
I got a
awesome.
guy that you're still gonna want. I got a guy for Hags.
God,
Hags,
these
listen up
list
here.
of players, and I'm like, what's going on here, dude? You don't tell me. Okay, go.
Zachariah Branch is my next
Okay,
pick.
that's way. Yeah, no, I thought you were gonna go Bernard for the
No,
Steelers.
Zachariah
for
Branch,
Steelers, and I'm like,
here
oh,
for the
who's
Atlanta
playing
Falcons.
quarterback there in a year?
Hags, take this man if he falls, which he will. Take this man at this pick and thank me later.
What am I up?
We don't have to go so many in
19.
depth
This
on
is
every
Sam's pick.
detail of these
Yeah, I mean, we
guys.
don't have to go in depth in
Dude,
that.
19 sick. There's, I mean, it's fun to just have these flyer spots because like
Yeah.
these actually we're gonna have the opportunity to take some of these guys.
I know.
It's gonna be a blast. Who are you grabbing?
Yeah.
19 Sutton for me. My one pick of this draft, this class.
Ty Simpson.
Dude, I love that pick. Huge pick. A first round quarterback.
A first round
It's
quarterback
sick.
who in a
He's
year or two
gotta
is
be
going to
off.
be playing with Puka. Devontae will be gone, but you got Williams, Karam. Like that's a
Yeah, and
fucking
a team that
a
should
team
be
with that
good.
defense. It's always a contender. You've got to
Sean
take
McVay.
Simpson. Yeah,
You
Sean McVay,
take-
first
yeah.
round quarterback. I would take Simpson there.
Not bad. Not bad. Not
And
Carson
also,
Beck.
we're doing this just on rookies. We
Yeah.
also have
Yeah.
free agents in our league.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
Some of these guys might be
not
available.
even probably
Yeah,
will be
some of these
because
guys will
there's
be available.
guys that are on waivers that
Yeah.
will get picked
Yeah.
and should get picked.
100% should get picked. I might try and get another pick because I needed one of them.
Yeah, there's just so many of these guys you just want to.
Suddenly now, like I want to trade to the
shots.
back half of the second round. Like
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go to my bench and be like, hey,
just
Pick
take the
18.
bench. I just want to have guys that
pick
are fun.
18.
Hey, last
Yeah.
year, this is where I got Cam Scadaboo. I ended up dropping him, but he's a late second rounder. Got him, dropped him.
Dude, no,
Horrible.
you can't. Dude, some of these names, like I didn't know if we were gonna get to bring it up. I got Colston Loveland with like pick 17 last year, and Judkins at 20.
Yeah,
nuts.
So hey, Oscar Delp, remember the name. All right, all right. Remember
hey.
Oscar Delp's name. All right.
Yeah, but I got Loveland as a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, and he would pick
you're talking
15
about a
in
third
Dynasty.
round.
Hey,
I didn't have any picks last year. It was a bad year to fucking miss. I had a late second, which should have gotten. Yeah,
yeah.
I had too much Jack Fire.
That's hilarious. So yeah,
Who's Mr. Relevant?
who's
Finished?
yeah?
Is that it?
No, who's got 20?
Is it me? Don't be me. I
Yeah.
think it's Brady.
Got you.
No, it would
it's
be you. Close it
Ty
out.
Simpson's a great one to just call it as a just leave it be.
Oh,
That's
that's
how
not how
you
this
end it.
works.
You got a cub with somebody here.
I actually, okay, there's actually a few guys. I
Yeah, there
don't
is.
think Bernard from Pittsburgh
No, you've
is
got
even
Metcalf
worth-
and Pittman. Holy shit.
and Aaron Rodgers. You just don't know who's going to be there, what's going on.
Hey,
There's too many
let's
things
not
going
do
on.
any. Brady and I will have words if you have an Aaron Rodgers slander. What's Aaron
No,
Rodgers?
I'm saying next year. He's like not going to be. Do you think he's coming back after this year?
No.
Well, I'm just saying who's quarterback there. You got you got two pretty talented guys that are gonna want to get the ball. I just don't see where a third fits in unless they get like some superstar quarterback. So I'm just off of that. I'm between here at this last pick between Malachi Fields and Ted Hurst. Son, are you looking around to see who these guys are, what teams they're on?
And no Fields on
I
the Giants. I don't know who.
disagree.
I don't know who Hurst is off the top of my head.
I'm going to
He's a
disagree
receiver
here
for the
on this one.
Bucks.
Okay,
But go ahead.
that's a highlight.
I think I would go Fields just for the sake of you saw, but they have Isaiah Likely this year. Because you saw what happened when Neighbors was hurt. Wandale Robinson was a guy you could play every week. So I just think there's room there where you can see. You saw with Dart, you saw a guy that who isn't a one, put up over 1,000 yards. So I just think there's some upside there with a team that's trending in the right direction. You just want some pieces on that young, fun, exciting offense.
No, I definitely can see that.
Brady, you were
You
pretty
want to
clear on
hear?
there's someone else there. Yeah. What do you
Yeah, I
got?
mean, I have two guys. I have two guys I'd rather have. I'm gonna go with. Hold on here. I got my notes. Skylar Bell. Skylar Bell, which is a wide receiver from the Buffalo Bills. The other one
Oh, I
is
love
is
him.
going to be Chris Barzell, the it's going to be the two wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. I think both of those could end up seeing a little bit more upside, a lot less. Um, what's the word? Competition for that second role. So that's where I'm at. I just think there's more upside for those guys.
I'm definitely gonna wind up with Skylar Bell. I'm calling it now.
There you
That's
go.
I like him. I'm definitely gonna grab him at some point. Um, see, these are like my post draft guys that I want. This is
Yeah.
like tough.
See, I'm
Do I
just a
just blow
little
my
off
load?
on no, I'm just really big I think Jalen Coker's a really good talent, if I'm pronouncing his name right. I think
Yeah, I
him
think
And
and
I think
the
that, I think
and
Carolina
that's
and they
right.
just gave him
offense
they just gave him
I think
hella
is
that's right.
good. I
guaranteed
think
money too.
so. Yeah. And it's a price. I just give me
Yeah, I mean
the
Bryce Young,
exciting
Bryce
team
Young.
at that point. Yeah.
I would definitely lean Skylar Bell over him, but that is like two names that I had
Mhm.
at that at there. Yeah, ball knowledge.
My last I don't
Just
know, I'm just
names.
but I want these guys, so it's tough. I'm like
You don't
I
have to. We're draft's done. The job's done.
Yeah, 20 picks are in.
It's done.
We could
You're
go
off the
honorable
clock.
mention. Honorable mention.
Off the
There you
clock.
go. Sutton, give us your top three honorable mentions.
The coolest thing is we
I
have some guys that aren't rookies that are exciting down there
It's
too.
very exciting.
That will end up coming into play when we get
And
to our actual draft
here's
time.
also the thing. Here's also the thing. There's going to be some of these guys that we just talked about get drafted that some of the other jabronis have never even heard of, but they're drafting them because we talked about them. You heard it here.
yeah. You know what's funny is when I went after Chase Brown, Brian's like, no, I really like what you said about him.
And we
He's
said it
like,
was going
he's
to
like,
happen.
he's
We said it
like,
was going to
man,
happen.
he has like top five upside, man. Like, I don't know. And like with Jacobs looming suspension and stuff, I was like, you fucker.
I love that. Hey,
Well, dude,
yeah.
that deal straight up's fucking clowns.
What?
What?
Oh, my trade.
1-for-1, Jacobs. Is
Oh
that the
yeah, yeah.
offer?
No. I offered him more, but I'm just saying. But it was funny that he like referenced the podcast and said, I heard you
Pretty
said about him.
rougher.
I like it.
I'll name my last guy because I'll spend more on him after the draft than you guys will. Sam just mentioned it, but like Aaron Rodgers last season, I actually think that Drew Aller is going to be good, and I think he starts games for. I'm definitely taking flyers on both Aller and Beck after the draft. I think both start games. I don't think Aller starts this year. I think Aaron Rodgers has a good season, but I do think Aller will start games for the Steelers, and with those weapons that they have there, they just signed Dowdle. They still have Warren. You've got DK Metcalf. You've got Pittman. I think any quarterback who starts in that roster has a shot at starting in that lineup is solid. And I know some people have Will Howard. I just think Allard, he's McCarthy's guy, rookie this year. He has showed some flashes. He had upside profile at Penn State, so I like him post draft.
Sweet. I like it. So yeah, that concludes our fantasy football mock draft for this season of Dynasty football. Something I just want to show you a couple things because we talked about it a little bit. Now this has nothing to do with draft. Kind of switching it over to
Pivoting.
cards a
Hell
little
yeah.
bit just from this last weekend. I got to go to a card show in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I sold one of my Jordan
I've been
cards,
there.
which is pretty cool. Sold one of the intense Jordan cards that I got last week. Flipped it and ended up with a few buys here. So I'm going to show you guys what I was able to walk away with. I got a SGC 10 Drake
Yeesh.
May
Love that.
variation silver here. So pretty cool card. I got another Drake May here. Sutton like Drake May, so I had to
I
hop on the
love
train
Drake
with
May.
him. Drake May,
Heck yeah.
uptick rated rookie, pink shock. And then the last one, which is the coolest one because I had to leave with a little bit of vintage, the guy that I've been looking for. I was going back and forth with a different card and just wasn't able to make the deal, so I had to make a deal for another one. Was the Topps
Hey,
Kobe
I didn't even know you got
rookie.
that.
I got a raw rookie card. Gonna get this one graded at some point because this guy, he found everything in his garage, came out and just was trying to get rid of everything. He's trying to buy a boat. So I'm like, hey, this looks really, really clean. There was a lot of cards he had there that looks really clean. He had like 7 of these cards and he had like different graded ones. It was unbelievable what he had that was just sitting there. There was another guy that was buying stuff that left his stand, came over and cleared half of his inventory because he's like he just the amount that was sitting there was unbelievable. So glad I got to leave with a Kobe card there. So yeah, had to show you guys that, had to tell you guys that because it was pretty cool, pretty good weekend.
Love that. I'll let you know my buys from the last week here. I if hey look, we just did a number earlier, right? How cards are money, how it's a marketplace. And regardless of my opinions of players, if I see a good deal pop up, I'm gonna grab it. I bought a 2025 Topps Chrome Cam Ward Orange Rookie Auto.
Really?
Yep. I
Wow.
bought it on Fanatics last night. The last 2 comps, one from May, one from June, was like 930 and 910. Wanted for $492. So
What?
I will be flipping that before the season starts for sure. But yeah, unbelievable.
Wow. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I mean, even if it gets 600, you're like, all right, it's a
Yeah, that's big time.
free hundo in the pocket. So I picked that up. Um, Other than that, man, like it was crazy. I struck out big time in Golden's game used auction on Saturday. I was bidding and I thought had some strong stuff in on some Terrell Owens game used gear. And holy crap, is the game used market not what it was
Really?
8 months ago? I was going to say 6, 7, and then Brady always 6 to 8 months ago.
It's because of his
Um,
job. He knows that.
I
Right.
know. It was actually quite crazy. So he had a 2 touchdown game worn jersey from the Bengals, which I have this.
That's one I sent you?
I was already watching it, but yes, you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
send it to me.
yeah.
It went for just I think under 15,000, and I think that I went up to 10, and I was like, uh,
You
um,
get to a point you don't want to win.
I'm
Like, I
like,
hope I don't win
yeah, I was
this.
like, Jesus, somebody outbid me. Like this is crazy. So I had no clue it would go that high. Um, I had like a thought, like a cool little collection thing, and I'm pretty much over it already. But um, if I could do like my favorite players, like KD, Theo, Bonds, I don't give a shit about Pirates Barry Bonds, so that would be easy to just have one. But um, like a game used jersey from each of the teams that they played for, so it'd kind of be like a cool thing for the movie theater. But alas, $15,000 for his least like known team, maybe
Yeah.
the Bills. I was like, man, by the time you get a touchdown 49ers jersey, I'm like, I'm gonna pay 50 grand at that point. I'm like, I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that's awesome.
what is interesting though is I had a guy offer me a Cowboys game used jersey for 9 grand, with a touchdown on it. Three catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. I was like, for 9,000, and I'm considering there was a Cowboys jersey that was in that game used auction that went for 7,500, I believe, 7,600, I think. And it just was like, yeah, like 6 catches for 60 yards or something. So like 9 with a
Thanks,
touchdown
dude.
on it. Maybe, maybe,
Incredible.
maybe, maybe.
Incredible. Very
Yeah, I'm
cool.
really on the game used train
Yeah,
right now for sure.
good.
Um, but yeah,
What do you
I
think?
don't know if I bought anything else. I think that's it. I wanted to get Sam's hot takes from him watching or seeing glimpses of our first 12 or 13 podcasts. Tell us where we won. Tell us where we struck out.
You think I listen to all 14?
Not just like what are the ones that stand out the most? Just talk some shit.
Well, I brought up with Brady. I think his Darnold over Lamar take, whether that was for clips, whether that was just for a clip or he actually believed it.
I
I
stand
think
on it. I'm not
I think Lamar's going to
I'm
be
not out here
top
just
three
talking
this
clips,
year.
brother. Keep going.
Um, I don't know. You guys have talked a lot of baseball, and I'll be the first to say that I haven't watched one pitch of the MLB season.
That's insane. I
So
got
I
the
have
Brewers
no
on right
idea
now.
about baseball. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a thing about baseball outside of Josuar. I'm in the group chat. Um, no, I don't think
Well,
I have any
damn.
like hot takes. Yeah,
I thought Sam was gonna come in with some animosity. Like, I've
Yeah.
been watching you fuckers. You know that if the free agent came in here, you'd have 100 words on what fucking
Oh,
we've been saying.
he just wants an intro.
Yeah, Sam just wanted his intro and he can
Yeah.
fuck off.
somebody give me a cooler outro.
Right.
Well,
This was
ladies
my
and
chance
gentlemen,
to.
we had Voila's photographer, Hunter
Hey,
Hayes'
hey, hey,
videographer.
hey, hey, hey. That's fair.
Unbelievable. Brady, do we have anything else on the old agenda? I know we were worried about
Nothing.
filling time this week because we're like, what can we have Sam talk about? And we ended up doing
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
doing a
definitely.
pretty good
Well,
job.
I definitely I saw us going a lot faster with the draft,
So did
not
I.
expanding on some of the picks as much as we did. So, um, with that, no, I don't have anything more for Sam. I know Sam will be back at some point throughout the year. Sam's always watching football. It's always fun to have fantasy football,
Oh,
and
yeah. What's really cool is I'm gonna be in Savannah with Brady for the
game.
week
Yeah,
one of the NFL season.
yeah, week one, he'll be
Yeah,
down here.
yeah,
That's pretty
Week one.
awesome.
So
that'll be
the
Thanks for
cool.
the invite, fuckers.
September 9th,
Yeah, I'm flying
September
on my
10th,
30th.
It's
and
also my
September
birthday that
13th.
weekend, and you guys just nobody fucking hit me up.
That's right.
Crazy. All of my
Yeah, I figure
trolls are
you're
gonna eat
busy.
that up on fucking TikTok. See, he's not
My
even
trolls.
friends don't even like him. Fucking five head with a fucking virtual background doesn't
I
even
was
have
gonna bring that
friends.
up. I was gonna bring up the 5 head one.
And who's the guy that you look like with the mustache? That one guy. I don't even know who that is. Alan
Yeah, I don't
Flacco.
even know.
Fellick?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was so
The
funny.
shit that the amount of scrutiny that I take on to get us fucking engagement.
Incredible,
Unbelievable.
incredible, incredible. Well,
Which
yeah,
I'm literally about to jump to right after this is to see
that's
if I got
good.
any
That's
other
good.
fucking
Get it going.
slander I got to
That's good.
respond to.
Get it going. Yeah. So
No, I
I
think
just
one
want to
thing that's
say,
cool that we brought up is it went a little longer, but I think it really shows that a lot of you can take things certain ways, and there's many different ways you can go in a draft,
oh
and
Yeah,
yeah,
for different reasoning. So I think it's
I am
everyone has
interested
different
though.
likes and opinions on guys. You never know
Our
what's gonna
draft being
happen.
next Monday, Brady, we have to make sure that we record on Tuesday because then we
hmm
can do a draft reflect.
yeah, totally.
For sure, because we've been doing Mondays, which is good for both of us because I have an extra day to do clipping and stuff like that. But we got to get in that Tuesday run because obviously with the season right around the
Yeah,
corner, we're gonna be hitting.
yeah.
Stam, besides fantasy rankings, is there before we start wrapping up here? Is there anything that you think we need to talk about before the season starts? We've hit the draft. We did this rookie mock draft. We're hitting rankings. Next episode, we're starting that. Probably have 2 episodes off of that. Is there anything we're missing from a football perspective before it starts? Um, yeah.
I think you guys need to hit some of your bets. What are your favorite lines of the season? For sure.
So,
That's outside.
so this guy might not have watched all the
Yeah,
episodes
we
because
like
we've
had
done
3 episodes
about 4
of bets.
episodes on our
We even
bets.
said our least favorite bets, like ones that I would stay away
Oh,
from.
well, shit.
It's
Well,
okay. It's okay. Understandable. Our first guest does not watch our show.
Yeah.
It's okay.
He's not one of our 18 to 20 viewers a week.
Well, hey,
Unfortunately.
averages up. Averages up.
Hey, we're
Five
trending
J's,
upwards,
28
baby.
views. All
Yeah.
right.
Put some respect on our fucking view counts. I know all you guys love using that comment on us. This is why you guys only have fucking 20 views. This is why
no,
you
I
haven't
will
got
say
100
one thing
followers.
I advise you guys to do is to hop on and go through the lines, hop on a little story post, make a little like, hey, I'm liking this line today.
Once the
I'm
season
seeing
rolls around, we're
this.
gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
cooking with a ton of fire.
Oh yeah. There'll
Do
be
you know what
stuff
I'm looking
popping up.
forward to? So much.
Football season.
Yeah,
Should be
100%.
cool. I think you guys
But
covered most fantasy stuff. I mean, as far as like,
yeah,
I know you're
I
kind
honestly
of
think
I think
predominantly
our
been
schedule's
chatting
been
about
pretty good.
our dynasty because that's kind of
yeah.
what we do. I don't know many other. I'm only in the one. Sutton, you're only in the one that I know of.
Yeah.
Brady, I'm not sure how many leagues you got, so it's kind of
No.
we kind of live in the dynasty world for the most part that you guys
Yeah.
cover. Not a lot of
And then like we'll like
redraft
cover the
or
redraft stuff basically in our rankings. We'll have that, so
Yep.
that'll kind of be touched upon.
Yep.
But no, I'm really looking forward to I don't forget. So when shit starts happening during the season, like week 2, week 3, when Omarion Hampton has a soft tissue injury and misses 3 weeks, those 22 people that commented that I was a fucking idiot, I'm doing TikTok reel responses to every single one.
I can't wait for Sam Darnold to be blowing out Lamar Jackson's fantasy football.
But dude, do you realize like every take that like we're right on, I'm going to do a response to person, like in TikTok, you can do that. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I will, like, when I hit the response button or like reply, I see that there's a reply with video and reply with make a new piece of content. We're going to be posting 80 times a day. I'm going to respond to every single person.
Well,
Every
I'm
single person
excited for that. I'm excited
that
for
doubted any of my correct bets. Which,
That's
by the
fair.
way, I'm calling it now, Brady. We're going to have a 91-yard receiving touchdown week 1. We're going to hit that bet week 1.
If that
Best bet of the
happens,
season. Best bet of the season.
we told you. We told you
Yeah.
so.
All right.
But all right, I
Episode
think we can
14.
wrap it up. Yeah, exactly. Episode 14 here at Cleats Spreadsheets. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. And now Facebook
Now,
is coming to the
newly,
mix.
Facebook. Thank you,
is
Brady,
coming
for
to the
setting
mix.
that up.
So,
All of you, we're kind of getting to that Facebook age, honestly. I was going to make a joke about like, 30 and up, 40 and up, but like we're getting there. So like,
Yeah.
hey, like Facebook, we'll start seeing you on Facebook. That'll be great.
totally.
And thank you to our guest, 4-time fantasy champion, all-time league high score, Voila photographer, Hunter Hayes videographer, fuck Craig Owens, Sam Sabinash.
I worked
Yep.
for Billy Idol once. That was cool.
Shot Billy Idol.
There you go. Well,
Ish, kind of.
photos.
Yep. And took advantage of me with Quentin Judkins. So, all right. Episode 14. We appreciate
Hey,
you guys.
look
for
at the
watching.
background. Look at the background. Us ripping cards. The only photo I could find quick of us to put as a
There
background.
it is. Look at that.
And the
Yeah.
funniest thing is the only person that doesn't do cards is the one ripping.
That's because
So
they let me
funny.
do it, so I could get
And
involved.
Sutton is in a different jersey. And if you guys can see Sutton's
It's Owens'
difference,
jersey. The Bills.
if you can see
Terrell
the
Owens
difference
Bills.
in Sutton there, that's what that man used to look like before he started absolutely getting
Ozempic?
after it and running
That's
and
gross.
doing his marathons or whatever he did. And there's one person that didn't doubt him. And I just want to say
Thank you so much,
It's right
Brady.
here.
It's that. It's
And
the guy with the hair.
because we just keep adding on, did you see the comment on Instagram who was like, "Oh, what the fuck do you know? You're like a fucking twig. Eat something.
Yep.
You're fucking anorexic." I was like, dude, that's a thank you, bro. That's
I saw that.
because I was
Saw that.
240 fucking a year ago. So thank
So
you, bro. I
we will see you
appreciate
guys
it.
next week where we will do our rankings, fantasy rankings. See you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.